Someone can handle it.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, very clearly.
All good?
Yeah.
But
You
You want to let me sort the do-rag out?
No. Good. I'm good.
he's wearing a do-rag for the first time.
It's not.
And Peter's trying to teach us do-rag etiquette.
I just want to show. He won't let me see how it's
Don't
tied.
show me do right. Start a fucking pod.
What's going on, world? Welcome to episode 79 of the Rhymes Like Dimes podcast with your boys Peter,
Yo.
Mohammed,
Yo.
and myself, Yemi. And today we're joined by a special guest, one of the most exciting and unorthodox MCs in the game right now, making visceral, high-energy rap anthems for a generation. She has shut down shows from London to Poland and has collabed with the likes of Mike Skinner of the Streetz, Clams Casino, just to name a few. She has a new album out, her debut, Out of Heart, representing South East London by way of Nigeria.
Jeez.
We welcome FLOHIO to the pod today.
Hey.
Thank you for that beautiful introduction, Yemi.
Thank you very much.
Thank
It's
you.
all good,
Nice
it's
to
all
be
good.
here. So thank
Happy
you
to
for
have you.
welcoming
Happy to
boys.
have you. How you doing today?
I'm doing beautifully, awesome.
Looking drippy as well.
Well, I wrote out, came here, studio vibes, rehearsing,
Yeah,
so I'm just in my A to B kind of gear. But thank you very much. Thank you.
I hear it. Cortez gang all day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm on it as well.
When did they blow?
When did they blow?
Yeah. I feel like it's very recent.
Ooh. I feel like last year maybe. I first heard them like last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they came out. No,
But they've been about since like
No,
2017.
I wouldn't say out of nowhere. They did their groundwork still.
No, I believe
Yeah.
that. I believe that. I just feel like
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
when
got
it
you.
hit out
Got
of
you.
like
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
really
yeah.
blew. Do you know what I mean?
So it's been active since 2017, and the guy who runs it, Clint, he actually had a line before Cortez, and then he moved to Cortez. But yeah, man,
Got you.
shutting down the streets.
Salute
Yeah,
to him.
So salute
yeah.
to them. Very warm, very warm.
So a lot of exciting things happening in this generation. So
For sure. A lot of people doing creative things. Love to see it. But boys, how we doing today?
All good, man. All good, man. Glory to the Most High.
All day.
As always.
All the
All
time.
day.
God is good all the time.
All the time.
All the time
All
was
the
good.
It's good.
There we go.
How's your do-rag doing, Mohammed?
Hey, man, it's chilling. It's getting-
You're right, gang.
Can't lie to you. It's getting edited.
Can't wait to go home and rap my one, boy.
Nah.
It's getting edited, yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, it's gonna be a very awkward
Really?
pod. It's up to you which one you do with.
You know it's up to me, right?
Hey, man, racism.
Hut.
I don't know, bro. You put me in an awkward situation. The camera's rolling.
It's not that awkward.
Nah,
No, it's not that awkward.
Edit
Okay,
button's a
your point
thing,
now.
man. Just
You
relax.
better edit this shit out.
It's not gonna be tomorrow when I edit this shit. But that's all good
Hey,
though. It's all
man.
good.
How you, Yemi?
I'm very well, thank you. Very well. Yeah, man, here. Very excited to be here. Shout out Drake's in the cut, as
up
always.
Drake.
Salute.
He's been gone for a bit, but he's back now. What you saying?
Where have you been, Drakes?
Where have you been, Daniel? Where you been?
Gallivanting with and
Did you go out of the
two
city?
places.
Did you go out of the city? Have my ass. Did you go out of the city?
You did leave the city, didn't you?
You damn right
You left the city.
Football trip,
Football trip,
ass,
yeah?
bro.
You don't want to believe it.
Hey, man, did you post it in your story?
No, it's the fact that you forgot that it was happening until like the day before.
Wait, did you post it in your story?
What?
Normally you post football in your story. Did you post it in your story?
I don't always want to talk about it.
Yeah, sorry.
I thought it was Arsenal, my story.
Oh, did you go to Arsenal last week?
Yeah, I did.
How was it?
It was good.
Okay.
I do be seeing you a lot in Twitter squares and Twitter circles. Just you know, you need to get out of there, bruv. That's true, to be fair. But salute to you. And salute to everybody listening and watching. Shout out to YouTube massive. Shout out to SoundCloud massive. The Spotify massive. The Apple Podcast massive. The Amazon Music massive. And every other massive as well. Cool. We're going to get straight to it. Guys, what have we been listening to this week? Start with Ohio. What have you been listening to this week? Other than the obvious.
What have I been listening to this week? This week. Hold on, because it just dashed me in there.
I have to write mine
Sarah,
down.
look at
My listen.
Look at
Oh,
these.
I have to write mine down, man.
I'm trying not to cheat here.
Listen, man. The element of surprise is a good factor of this podcast.
I don't even know if he's well. Oh man. Can I say Tory Lanez?
Yeah, go true.
I've been listening to Tory. I like Tory, but listen,
No, listen.
from like early teenagers.
Yo, people really don't know how to feel about Tory Lanez.
From early teenagers, yeah, and the internet is really trying to make me feel a certain way, and it's like, but the guy I like, R. Kelly, I cancelled him straight.
Yeah.
Yes.
We could see him. They said,
Yeah.
It's a bit different.
Yeah.
they said, innocent until proven guilty. So I'm just waiting.
I hear it.
But until then, the album.
I heard he's wavy. No, yo. Hey, I heard it's wavy.
Oh
I
yeah.
heard it's wavy.
Nah,
Yeah, Tory Lanez is a
Tory
sticky
is
one.
cold, but
Tory's
like the
kind of
album,
best. Yeah, he's
I've
kind
been listening to that because I just wanted to hear, what that's saying. Listening to the new K trap because I like K trap.
Yes.
But I haven't fully gotten into it yet. First like 4 tracks I'm still
it's
into.
dope.
But nice so far.
You're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Wait till you get to the song with Krypton Conan.
say less. Say less. So yeah, that's what I'm on right now. Really and truly.
I hear it. Yeah, Tory Lanez is a sticky one, man. But
It's
listen,
super
man.
sticky. I don't know how to feel.
Until he's
sticky
been
one,
found
can't lie.
guilty, I don't. It shouldn't be that sticky.
Yeah.
You know.
But I guess it's like a thing of conscious, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and Mr. Money with the vibes.
Yes, Asake.
I can't lie that one there.
Yeah, I'm trying to get tickets to the show, man. He said he was gonna do a bigger venue, but the way his
If
team
he
was
brings a
doing.
goat on stage, this boy.
Yeah, I mean, like it's all kind of mad. From
That
what
one
I've
that
seen,
It's all kind of mad,
that
ain't it?
put his hand in his nuts, bruv.
from what I've seen,
Listen,
it's
it
all
was at
kinds of
Baltimore.
things.
Yeah, that was him, innit?
No, that wasn't Asake doing that. That was a drunk.
I don't know who was
supporter.
bad.
Nobody knows who that was.
That shit in someone's nose, bro.
And apparently, like,
And he started doing a madness with a mic.
apparently
Yeah.
someone stole a gun from his security and he
A
had
lot
to
was
run off the
happening on
stage as
that
well
day.
at one point.
Same concert.
I don't know if it's the same concert, but it
Where was that?
It's Baltimore,
What country?
somewhere in America.
Baltimore, innit?
Somewhere in America. Asake is madness personified.
Why?
Because just the way his shows go, the way, obviously you're not on Twitter, basically when he released tickets for his London show, he did it, but he basically he pre-released all of the general tickets, and then when it came time to actually announce for the general tickets to actually go on sale, there were no tickets left.
Because it sold out.
Yeah, because he basically sold him out in pre-sale, even though during pre-sale you're supposed to only sell off like a certain number of tickets.
certain number.
But he ended up selling off the whole thing.
Where was the venue?
And then they had to do another venue.
Brixton Academy?
Shit.
Yeah.
As they added like another date.
He added another date, and then the same thing basically happened, and then he apologized and basically
Yes.
said, "Yo, our bad. We're working to do a bigger venue." So I don't know if the dates and the tickets for the previous venues are gonna then go to the next one, but it's been very hickey hagger. I was in a queue for one of them, and I was in a queue of like 15,000.
Oh wow.
At one point, I was the 15,000. It took about half an hour to get to the front, only for there to be no tickets.
That's the essence.
So yeah, kind of mad. But
That's annoying.
he is the man of the moment right now, so
Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense.
And Black Sherry. So what about you? What have you been listening to?
What have I been listening to? Freddie Gibbs' new album. That's really good.
What's it saying?
It's good. First listen, I wasn't sure, but it's a good album. It's not better than the ones he's released previously. I know me and Yemi had a conversation about it.
I've seen mixed reviews from it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what it is?
I understand why.
I've seen mixed
I
reviews.
I think he tries to do too much. I don't really like him on the track.
Feel you?
I didn't really like the features for Offset and Moneybag Yo. That just wasn't really for me. But I think everything else was like top notch.
I think it's his best solo album.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean
For sure.
solo?
It's got
As in
feet.
like one where there's no and Madlib or and the Alchemist.
All right, got you. I haven't listened to this one.
One where it isn't a collab album.
It's just him.
Yeah, it's just him. I think it's his best.
I need to think.
In my
Did you like it, yeah?
Yeah, I loved
Yeah,
it.
loved it.
Very, very good.
I need to sit on it.
Yeah.
Listen to it.
Been listening to I've been listening to that. I've been listening to a rapper called Rome Streetz. He dropped an album called Kiss the Ring. It's fire. It's really, really good. Then I've been in my jazz bag, man. There's a pianist called Ashley Henry, shut up. And he drops an album
That
back
was
in
a
like
bite.
he drops an album back in 2019 called Beautiful Vinyl Hunter. And yeah, that's just it's dope. It's really good though, man.
What's it called?
Beautiful
Bro,
Vinyl Hunter.
Peter
like that
continues to listen to albums
Oh,
where
like
the
that,
title
right?
it's just him to a T. It's just him to a T.
I said beautiful.
Beautiful vinyl hunter. I love it.
Yeah, man, and that's
What's it
really
called
been me,
again?
man. Beautiful Vinyl Hunter. Yeah, it's dope. It's
Fair
dope,
enough.
man. I tried to support my UK jazz artists in it. So
Oh, it's UK.
Yeah,
Nice.
UK, yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, he's dope, man.
Respect
But
that.
yeah, that's really been me, man. What about you, Mo?
It's been easy. Listening to Symba a lot this week. Just kept on listening to his album. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. You don't like it?
Not
Did
that, I
Symba
didn't,
just drop?
Yeah, he dropped one a little while ago.
not that I didn't like it. It was solid. It was kind of boring. It was a little boring.
You didn't appreciate it?
It didn't get past gear one for me, man. Like he was barring and stuff, and I like the tune with Pusha T.
Was this your intro to him?
It was
Oh,
my,
yeah,
this
yeah,
was my
same,
intro.
same, same,
This was my intro. The tune with Pusha T, dope,
Oh,
dope,
yeah,
dope,
they
dope,
both went
dope.
crazy. They both went crazy.
Both went crazy. But generally, like I like what he's talking about, but I don't know, man. I just wasn't like wowed.
But you can see the potential.
Yeah, potential's there, but I wasn't wowed.
Hey, man, I feel you. Did anyone see Pusha T's BET performance?
Nah. What with Malice?
Yeah, he come
I
out.
heard about
Yes.
that.
He come out, they started doing grinding.
Yeah.
Can't lie, phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was very dope.
Phenomenal. Splitting his old bars as well, innit? I loved it. What else have I listened to? I tried to listen to Baby's album. I checked out. I listened to
Yeah,
like
I'm
2-3
curious,
songs.
yeah,
I'm gonna go back to it, but I only listened to like 2-3 songs so far, so I haven't really. I wasn't rushing to it.
Sounded like he just sounded like he was in cruise control.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard it's the same kind of.
Well, that same vibe and
Yeah, same vibe, trap. He's doing the melodic thing. It was like 23 songs as well.
after a while,
Yeah, that's-
I
no,
don't
no,
feel
see-
like I take in too much Lil Baby after certain.
Yeah.
That's the problem, man.
project.
With 23 song track list. Like I looked at it, thinking, let me listen to this album. Saw the track list. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come back to
Why
this.
are artists doing that these days? Where they're like completely just like littering their album with so many songs.
You could tell by the artist, but it depends
Streaming.
on the artist, if that makes sense.
Streaming.
Like the artists that,
Streaming.
luckily, the ones I've actually really, really like the Kendricks, have been short. Do you know what I mean? So the ones that really, really, I think we appreciate have been short. It's these kind of rappers that are very singly rappers.
Album artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These
Album
ain't,
artists.
these man ain't album artists.
Someone, someone like Baby will pack an album with songs that he knows are gonna bump and people are gonna want to play to get them streams.
Because a
up.
lot of times they're not quite conceptual, are they? It's just a collection.
It's just literally a
of-
collective
yeah.
song. There's no journey. It's literally just
Yeah.
rap, sing. I was gonna go to the Offset, not the Quavo and the Takeoff album. I couldn't do it, man.
Why?
I listened to the first song. I was like, I can't do this.
Why?
I'm never
Well,
gonna.
Quavo and not
Takeoff.
Takeoff.
Takeoff, yeah.
I was like, I'm never gonna
My
understand.
favorite
Migos, man.
Migo, by the way.
Yeah.
Takeoff.
Yeah, man.
I like Takeoff.
I was like, I'm never gonna understand these, man.
What do you mean?
It's never gonna resonate with me, man.
It's
Like,
due
it's-
though.
But I
That,
feel like
that
you're
one there
into,
was
like-
due.
No, I am, but it's just a whole album is. Like, you remember when we done Future's album review, and I was like, I'm never gonna appreciate. I like your songs on the radio. I like your songs that find me on Twitter. I don't like sitting down on your album for 45
Nah, but the
minutes on a
future, the
track.
future mixtape was
know what I'm saying?
crazy though.
You know, I've never been a Future fan like that.
Gotcha,
Never. I've never. Whether it's Dirty Sprite or anything.
What do you
that.
like about the Baby versus Migos?
I don't even like the baby. The baby to me,
The
'cause
Baby
you know,
or
no,
Lil
it's
Baby?
Lil
Lil
Baby.
Baby.
To me, Lil Baby bars off as well. Whether it's a song with Cole, he's had a few songs with Cole where he barred off. Heard him with him. I just prefer his rapping. Does that make sense? I just prefer Baby's rapping, but they're all one and the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's about it really. Obviously, because of Sue Surf, I've been listening to a lot of Sue Surf this week. Like ridiculous amount. Yeah, he does.
Look
not
what it
touch.
takes for him to listen to a rapper.
Bro, I didn't say anything.
You know, don't do that. I've been saying Sue Surf stayed for how long now, man?
One thing I will say though, you
Free
probably are the first person in a few months to listen to Sue Surf's music. I will say that much.
That was completely unnecessary, man.
Sue Surf just
I
done
mean, he
Roll-
tried to draw me out, so boy.
Sue Surf just done Rolling Loud.
Oh,
So clearly, I'm not the only person listening to him.
but they weren't here for him.
Yeah, is that how we look down on our
It's a
fellow black
festival.
man?
Yemi, what you been listening to, man?
It's a festival, bro.
how we
It's a
done on our
festival.
fellow- Hey,
It's a
man.
festival. They're waiting for the main event, sir.
What, Fat Joe? Fat Joe's
Yes. Of course, more people are going to see Fat Joe versus.
respectfully, I hear you.
They had a good, he had a good performance as well.
Oh,
at
did
the
you watch it,
BET
Rebbe?
Awards.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, BET was what I really loved. They did a tribute to Loud Records. So they basically did a medley of all of the big hits from Loud Records.
I
So they did,
slept on that, by
So
the
they
way.
did Dead Prez, Hip Hop. They did Fat Joe, Lean Back. They did, what else did they do?
Did he do Flow Joe?
Flo Joe?
Yeah.
Flo Joe.
They did Wu-Tang Clan Fuck With. They did Cream. They did a bag of tunes that I didn't even know were dropped
Kim,
on
they
Loud.
done a song with Kim come out as well. I forgot what song it was.
They did Mob Deep, some Mob Deep
Yeah, they
tunes.
done
Quiet
Mobb
Storm.
Deep songs.
Yes.
The remix.
They did Quiet Storm. Yeah, the remix.
I slept on it though.
It was
I
fire.
missed this. Was it the
One-
BET Awards?
BET
Yeah.
Awards.
That's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
one
yeah.
after one.
It's
I
on the-
haven't watched that in years.
I
on
even
YouTube,
missed
though.
this one.
Yeah, it's on YouTube though.
I never
That
have.
whole performance on YouTube.
Yeah, but it
Felt
was fire
like
though.
it wasn't even online because in the Rockers, like they would usually be doing.
I mean, there's clips online now, but I don't know if the whole thing was online.
It's when
But
the ciphers went dead. Everyone checked out, man. Because people used to always tune in for the ciphers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you remember the BET cypher? Like, everyone.
But I feel like that was when we were still watching TV, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I
The
remember
era of TVs.
yeah,
The UK. I remember the UK had one, and I remember everyone rushed to watch it.
Yeah, yeah.
Who was it? It was
Well, Chipmunk was in there.
Chip Gets
Gets was in
Skepta.
there. Little Sims was
Sims
in
was in
there.
there. Yeah.
Was Sims in that one?
Yeah.
I think
was
so,
she
yeah.
in that one?
Was that the second one? or
She was
first
in
one?
one.
She was in
The
one
no,
of
the
them,
first
She
one
was
was
in one.
Chip
Oh, the first one.
Gets.
Was Wretch in it?
Was it Rich? It was Chip Gets Skepta and someone else.
When was this?
The first one. The first BET cypher. I think
years
it
ago,
was.
man.
Yeah, years ago still.
Fair enough.
And it was black and white. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was. It was.
Fair enough.
And 3 people from North London were there, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh.
On the first BET cypher ever. 3 people from Tottenham. Don't ever disrespect, man.
Yeah,
got a
yeah,
show.
yeah. What you been listening to, man?
I've been listening to some 3-6 Mafia. I listened to their first album, Mystic Styles.
What's made you go out to there?
Yeah.
I've always had it saved on my Spotify, and because I love Stay Fly so much, I always thought to give 3-6 a chance. And I don't know what brought me to the first album, but I had it saved for time, and I finally checked it out, and yeah, man, it was a vibe. It's kind of like horrorcore, like Tennessee kind of bass, kind of dope music. Not necessarily lyrically strong, but the vibe is generally like quite nice. So that was cool. I'll probably dig into more 3-6. I'm trying to go into more artists from the South, to be honest with you. I feel like they deserve more of a chance.
Me too, actually.
Yeah, I think they deserve more of a chance, especially like outside of Atlanta, like Tennessee, Houston, those type of places. Like
8 Ball and MJG and that.
them man, yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to get into more of those people because they got bangers, man. That tune that Drake sampled for Jimmy Cooks, Just Awaken Shaken. He's another Tennessee artist called Player Fly. He was on the 3-6 Mafia album. So yeah, I'm gonna check out more of his stuff as well. I listened to Pinty's new mixtape, Pinty's House. Pinty is a Peckham-based rapper. He usually raps over like garage, and it's really dope, really good vibe.
Is it new or has it been out for a while?
It's been out for about a couple weeks.
I got you.
Yeah. So this is new shit. But yeah, he's really dope. And I've been listening to an artist called Contour, dropped a project called Backwards, which is like a really dope blend of like R&B and jazz. His voice is dope. You'd really like him.
Yeah?
Yeah, very short, like half an hour long.
From London?
No, he's from America.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he's very, very dope. I think Saeed put his album on the group chat.
Okay.
So shout out to Saeed for that one as well. And he dropped the album on Touch and Bass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So good stuff going on there. But yeah, that's pretty much me. Ojerime as well. Ojerime dropped a dope project the other day actually, called Bad Influence. Very dope vibey R&B.
You listen to Stormzy's new song?
I'm trying. Yes, we actually had a conversation.
Oh yeah,
about
before you got it.
Yeah, we had a conversation about it. Yeah,
I
listened
didn't
to
mind it. I personally didn't mind it, man. But Yemi thought it was a bit formulaic.
Of course, Yemi would. Of course,
Did you like it?
I did like it.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm happy
Did
for
it
you.
blow my
Bro.
socks off? No.
But that's what I'm saying. I said it was decent.
That's pretty much all he said.
I said it was
I thought he
decent.
shit.
I said it was
no,
decent.
I know
but
he shit on it without even asking.
I said it was decent, but I didn't think it was the strongest first album he could have dropped.
First single, you man.
First single.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, you
First
said
single from the album.
Mel made me do it's not single, innit? Off the
It's not on the album.
I count it as a single, man.
It's not
If
on the
it's
album,
in
bro.
roll up to the album, that's a single. Flo, what do you reckon?
Yeah, it's a single.
Even if it's
what the Mel
yeah,
made me do it.
yeah,
The others said I was a single.
Yeah,
no?
even if it's not on the album,
It's a cheat code, man.
Oh.
because it's not on the track list.
Yeah, it's a cheat code.
It's a
though, innit?
Lucy.
Would you not still count
Yeah.
that within
no,
the roll
it's
up?
not the album.
No.
Yeah.
You can count it, but
It's
it's,
a
not
single,
a single.
off the album. It's a single,
Even
but
if-
it's a
but if
single
it's
off
the
the
first
album.
single-
Because
Okay,
he
you know
had
what
the
it is?
promo, he had everything. He had to push a single. Would
Yeah.
have. It wasn't just like, oh, this is on my
Yeah.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Go listen to it.
Yeah.
No, it was like this is a big thing. The whole
It
visual.
was the comeback, bruv. It's a
So,
month
like-
before your
Depends on
album
the
drops.
artist as well.
Like,
If it was any other artist or like a smaller artist, I don't necessarily think we'd see it as a single because it's Stormzy and he's so big, and because it was such a big song,
can be
we
a
might
Lucy.
see it more as a single, but it's not a single. It's a Lucy.
fair
This
enough.
is the first. Hide and Seek was the first single from the album.
And he didn't appreciate it.
It was decent, but it didn't move the needle. It
That's a
was
single
If
off
he
the
didn't drop
album.
Mel Made Me Do It, I don't know if that's the first single. I think because he
Maybe-
drops that, I think he was able to drop Hide and Seek.
probably. You're probably right, to be fair.
Or it could have been a lead up to the single.
Maybe. I'm trying to think of what the first single was for
Yo.
the last one. I think it was Vossi Bop. I think that was the first single for the last
When did
album.
Yeah.
Before Boots drop. Before
That was the first album. So the second album was Heavy's the Head. And I think the first single was Vossi Bop. So maybe to your point, he gets the rapidly rap stuff out the way first.
I guess
But at
it's
least
rapid rap stuff.
But at least Vossi Bop was actually on the album, whereas Mel Made Me Do It. Mel Made Me Do It isn't.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Just praying the next single he bars out, but we move.
I doubt it.
He's got too many people to
really
impress.
doubt it. Exactly.
His fan base is just too big. It is what it is, man. We've got to accept it.
Yeah, but that's cool. That's
He
cool.
said his family's too big.
His fan base.
Oh, his fan
Like
base.
he's never. I love Stormzy when he's just rapping. Like you don't need to
barring
sing.
out.
You don't need to. I don't want to hear anything melodic. Just give me bars and I'm good.
Got you.
But he's got too many. Bruv, like, do you know how many white people support this man? I don't know what's that got to do with anything.
Or just,
It's class.
any other coloured person that likes,
No, but you know what I
doesn't
mean.
like bar fests, you know what I mean? Mums, aunties, cookout music. He even had the bar and Mel Made Me Do It.
Yeah, he goes.
He has
yeah.
songs that play at a set and a Christian. So that's how you know where he's at.
Yeah, he's too many people. But hey, man, he'll give me some rapping.
Very true. But speaking of rapping, FLOHIO, thank you once again for joining us.
I enjoyed these conversations, by the way. So
Appreciate it. Well, we're about to have another deep one because I'm about to ask you, before we get into it, your favourite 5 rappers of all time.
all right, because I know you guys here. Yeah, I was just seeing you pull out your phone now to write this one down. Mine's not that serious, so anyway, it's fun. I'll put my one. I'll put Childish Gambino on my one.
Okay.
I put 50 Cent on my one.
Finally.
Yeah, finally.
I don't feel like we've had
These are
anyone
the-
that says
these are
50.
These are the people I grew up listening to.
anyone said
I
50?
put I put Lil Wayne,
I can hear that.
Big Sean, and for fun, Fabio.
Fabio Foreign,
Yeah,
yeah?
I put Fabio.
Okay. So, I'm intrigued to hear why you put Childish Gambino in your top 5.
Now, Ill Roots was the site that put me on Childish Gambino
Shout out
back
to Ill
years
Roots.
back. So when I came across like Cul-de-sac, I think it was my first one of Childish Gambino was Freaks and Geek, which was I can't remember the name, but
Banger.
mixtape. That mixtape one.
Yeah.
Way after Cul-de-sac one. No, Cul-de-sac, and I'm not a rapper. I'm not a rapper
Yeah.
too. That's when I went back to on all of his stuff. I love Childish Gambino. He paints vivid pictures in his lyrics, and like just writing as an outsider, and you know the way I connected to it straight away, and I enjoyed it. In the melancholy, the blues, it mixes jazz and like you know all types of genres with his into hip hop, right? And just makes it a bit it's just refreshing, so refreshing to hear. And I remember being like 17, 16, whatever, listening to this guy, and I'm you know going on YouTube straight away, like watching his videos and then watching the other stuff he's done. And anyway,
Yeah, man.
I just really enjoy the guy. I
love
love his
Gambino.
vibe. Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, his mind. You know, I love whenever he lets us get, you know, a glimpse into his mind.
Yeah.
It's dope.
He doesn't get enough credit as an artist.
Don't
Or a
think so?
Or a rapper.
Who, Gambino?
Nah, I don't think
Nah,
so.
they
As an artist, maybe not as a rapper.
I think, I don't know, bro. I don't think he does, to be honest with you. Maybe, like, he's got fans and stuff, but I don't know if there's much
his
appreciation.
music, they don't appreciate his music as
I don't
much.
know.
No way. The guy is too fire.
I'm quite surprised you both say that. So how would you want the appreciation to be shown? Because I feel like when I talk to people, and based on like critics and stuff, I think he's like
I don't see
well
his name.
received.
I don't see his name enough in conversations as
I don't
like
be honest. I don't see
great
bro,
as like great hip hop
I don't see
artists
Gambino's name
of the of the modern day.
Yeah.
That's
I-
really
I-
surprising.
I don't think
I
people.
don't see it.
I agree with you. I don't think people mention Gambino. I don't listen to
People
Gambino
appreciate
stuff,
his mind as far as Atlanta goes, but as far as his music making ability, I don't see his name anywhere near enough.
And I feel like Atlanta is even just a
Yeah, it's just a small
just a
taste.
little part, man.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
these lot don't even.
Exactly,
Get it?
100%. Like, the guy was a writer for 30 Rock. He did Community. He did Atlanta. On top of being a rapper, he did Cul-de-sac. He did Home. He did Because the Internet is a fire album. Then he flipped it and did the funk on Awaken My Love. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that
man.
Kauai.
That was fire as well.
Kauai as
Stone
well.
Mountain.
Like,
Yeah.
bro.
That was fire.
Yeah, that was fire.
So, bro, he gives you a lot, man. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't see it enough. But
Take
you
your
know,
man's word
I
for
love
it.
him. I love him.
Range is crazy on that guy.
100%. 50.
50. It was like one of the first CDs that I kind of picked up and understood, because I've been picking up CDs from young. You know, my dad's collection, whoever, all of these, you know, Lionel Richie, whoever, pick up the CDs. Cool, put it on. I like what's happening here, nice music. But until I picked up, you know, a 50 Cent CD, you know, played it and like kind of, I guess, understanding like beats and, you know, all of this, just knowing what like bars that I enjoy and all of this just musical world that it was introducing to me, and like his life and understanding raw, you know, you could really 50 Cent was way before Childish Gambino, so at my earlier days, like 9, 10, so like kind of just understanding like, oh, you know, this guy's stories and coming from, you know, New York, and then of course growing, seeing it turn into a movie, and like just giving us parts of real life. But I also like the whole G Unit, the, you know, the merch, basically just seeing all of these things and being able to like, you know, hold it, touch it, like raw. You know?
One of us in this room owns a pair of G Unit sneakers.
I was going to ask,
Can
did you ever get the merch?
Can
Did
you
ever
guess?
get the merch?
Can you guess who
I
that
got
is?
like hat, like flipping. Ooh, you,
I had
Mohammed.
a G Unit Traders.
Yeah, G Unit
Ugly
Traders.
as fuck,
I
but
had it.
I was such a 50 fan. I had to have
Yo,
it, man.
it was just you know, the posters, getting posters and stuff.
But yeah,
Nah,
he's-
50. Yeah, 50 was everyone's first love. Him and Puck.
Basically, 50 just encapsulated my whole, you know, the whole hip hop era for me. My little mature, my little brain then that was still getting ready to, mature to more music, I guess.
Have you ever seen him live?
No,
Don't
I've seen Rick Ross live.
You're not missing anything.
But
You're not missing
50.
anything.
But he was very,
Nah,
Mo
you're
was
not
very
missing- you're not
disappointed.
50 bad
Yo,
live.
Apparently
look,
it
bro,
was.
Flo,
Oh,
no, you're not missing
man.
anything. I saw him live. You know that song Ayo Technology?
Yeah.
He done the whole
Oh,
song.
yeah?
Yeah.
I
You know,
wasn't-
you know Many Men?
Oh, don't tell me that. No,
Many
no.
Men, he gave me one verse. Can you imagine? He gave me one verse of Many Men.
I like
and
that.
done the
I like-
whole of
I like
Ayo.
that.
was done.
And that buzzing.
Did he have a tank top on?
What'd you say?
Did he have his tank top on?
Yeah.
Well, that was his uniform for like
Nah,
how many
yeah.
for that
He
whole
had his tank top.
decade.
And he had his backup dancers. Uncle Murder, Tony Yayo.
Don't do that. Big up Tony Yayo,
Nah,
man.
big up Tony
Big
Yayo.
up
Don't
Tony
do
Yayo,
that.
Nah, salute to Tony Yayo. Man. Salute to Tony Yayo.
Small back.
Yo.
Big up Tony
But it's
Yayo,
cool
man.
though.
What'd you say?
Small.
Yeah, and
But yeah,
like
50 was, 50, yeah, I can't lie. I think that was everyone's first.
yeah.
Him and Tupac was my genuine first appreciation to rap. Like, these were the first two artists that I was like, okay, I love this shit.
Well, I think 50 Cent is our generation's Tupac. In a sense of, as far as like, the guy.
I mean, actually,
Shredded.
In terms of him
Shredded.
being
I
the
think the
guy.
generation after us, him. Because I think we
Say
had
that again,
Tupac.
bro?
Like, I love
I think
everything about Pac before
yeah, cool.
50
But
came.
I feel like, well, depending on who you are, I know of Tupac through our sister. So that was her generation versus 50 Cent being for us.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
That's
But
what
I
I
feel
mean.
like, yeah, I hear you.
Before
Nice
Peter,
save.
But I can't lie. To me,
before Peter starts saying stuff
Nice
about
save.
his
Pac was
guy.
my favorite rapper for a lot. Jay recently, not recently, like over the last decade or overtook him, but Pac was my favorite rapper for like majority.
He was
of
my
my
first
Was
favorite
it?
rapper.
Was.
Yeah, same.
Pac was
yeah,
my
I
first
love-
Yeah,
I
he
love-
was not. Honestly, he was my favorite rapper
Was.
for like a long
But I didn't
time,
listen to enough of Pac.
bro. Yeah, I had his background in my thing, secondary school. Remember the computers he used?
Now I hear it. I hear it. Lil Wayne.
Oh, I like that one.
Wayne.
That's the one I see the most when I
Yeah,
listen
it makes
to.
sense.
Yeah.
I can see that.
So now this is when I picked up a pen. So from Wayne was when I picked up a pen and, also just wanted to try this out because Wayne is the style for me. Of course, the metaphors, the wittiness, how he's just, you kind of don't know where he's going to go with it. Introduced me to other artists as well, the Lloyds and like those stages, and now, want to listen to, yeah, sorry, where was I going with that? Yeah, introducing me to other artists, and I just liked Wayne, man. It was just like 50 Cent was what would I say? More Wayne was just more fun with it, whereas 50 was all serious and everything, and I felt like Wayne was just the fun version of everything, and I
Sure.
just enjoyed what Wayne
Yeah,
was
50 was
bringing
just
to the
gang
table
shit.
at that time.
Unpredictable as well.
Yeah, unpredictable. That's you didn't know where it was gonna take it next. And Rockstar album came, all of these things. I still loved him through the phase. Everyone bashed him on that Rockstar album, but I'm like,
Oh, you
of
like that
course,
Rockstar album?
I like certain songs on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Rockstar album. I like his idea to.
I never listened.
Whoa, sorry,
FLOHIO playing the unreleased bits.
sorry, dash that
You
right
got the
there.
exclusive just there.
Yeah, no, the Rockstar. A lot of people bashed it, but the idea to even want to do something so different, like Rock the World. Is it Make the World or Flip the World? on your head?
Yeah.
That's on there. That's a crazy ass song, and like, just his collabs with everybody else as well. I was always looking forward to the Wayne verse on, whatever feature it was. It was just exciting for me.
Yeah, because Wayne.
No,
had
when Wayne was on top, it was a very exciting
Bro,
time.
Wayne had. I want to say that 6 years.
Like that's how
Yeah,
I knew of 2 Chainz and all of these guys,
Wayne
because
had
he was
That's
just
how I
up
knew of
and
2
down.
Chainz as
Yeah,
well, actually,
Yeah. Carter
So-
2, all of the dedication
I'll say from
mixtapes,
Carter-
Carter 3,
I'll say from
Carter
Carter 3.
no ceilings.
I'll say Carter 3 is when
Sorry
he
for the
was
wait.
officially on top. Carter 3 is when he officially was.
Yeah.
I'm
The guy,
here.
yeah,
100%.
Carter, then Carter 4.
Yeah.
Then
Carter 1 and
then
Carter 2
YMCMB,
cold though.
So it was still on top for a while with the start of YMCMB.
Carter 2 is the best one.
Carter
Carter
3
2
is a
cold.
classic, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Carter
Don't do
2
that
is
to
cold.
Carter 3, man. Carter 3 is
Yeah.
a classic.
Do you think in a couple years' time we might call Carter 2 a classic? No?
It's a classic to me.
You think it's a classic?
So do you think Carter 3 is a
Ooh.
classic?
Yeah.
So you think you've got 2 classics?
Peter calling something a classic.
For real? I've never known that. I thought you used to debate Carter 3.
No?
Oh, fair enough.
Okay, so Wayne's got 2 classics to you.
Hey, man.
enough.
Carter 3 is easy.
Well, not including his mixtapes.
Nah, just
Not including his mixtapes.
Yeah.
Oh, if we're talking about his mixtape, oh boy.
So does Wayne get his
He
respect?
has a.
He's got at least.
He has a lot.
So does
of
Wayne get his
classics,
respect?
man.
Of course he does.
4 or 5.
Does
You
he
think
get his
Wayne gets
respect?
respect?
Of course, yes. No.
Yeah?
Hands down. This
What
one.
I said about 50, as far as him being important to our generation, I think Wayne is important to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw the
Yes,
debate
yes.
with Wayne and Chief Keef recently.
Because I think we're still experiencing Wayne's influence.
100%.
The artists that are coming out
Yeah,
today are still, do
1000.
you know what I mean? They're still from that family tree.
Wayne never. Wayne. yeah, Wayne has, because it was our generation and the one after. He's had a chokehold. He had a long chokehold in hip hop, and I liked it. But people forget Wayne when it was Hot Boys '98.
Yeah, around them times, yeah.
He was like 15.
Yeah, like when was Bling Bling '97?
Ish. 8.
Do you know how
98,
ridiculous that
99,
is,
yeah.
bro?
Yeah, it's
Wayne
crazy.
is the only child rapper to actually make it and come good.
Don't disrespect Little Romeo.
So that
It's a little Romeo.
he's taking a mic. He's taking a mic.
Come on now, what you don't know about Little Zane?
Little Zane
Said
weren't
Lil
he weren't a
Zane.
kid rapper, man.
Alright, who else was there?
This is
Little,
him the whole
Little
time.
Zane, Little Bow Wow, Little Romeo.
Little Romeo, Little Sammy.
Hey, that was a fun little era as well, man.
Yeah, those are Wayne's peers.
Oi.
Or
Little
worse.
Little
Worse.
Twist.
Worse.
Twist. Remember Little Twist?
He weren't. Nah, that's
Yeah.
not.
Nah, he came much
No.
after.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
wait.
right. That generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Bow Wow.
I mean, I stand by my
Little-
original statement. He is the only child rapper to really
Yeah.
see his potential through.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, he may probably even surpass expectations.
Would
Really.
you have classed Wayne as a child rapper though?
He
was 15.
It was a
Yo,
child.
Was he
he was
15?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bling Bling. He was
Hot Boys.
15.
Hot Boys.
Yeah.
It was.
Hot Boys dropped their first album in 98. He was 15.
15.
Okay.
He was before all of them.
Yeah.
When by the time Bow Wow and them man came out, he was a teenager, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he was. Because I remember on Hardball, he was the oldest looking one there. Still barred out though.
Feel you. Big Sean.
Big Sean. So later down now, he's a bit more older, but I love his writing. I think he's lyrical. They don't give him a time of day. People don't really care for Big Sean like that. But if you go back on my guy's catalog, it's fun with the beats as well. Serious and unserious at the same time. I always like, when my music is just not super heavy, and Big Sean has a way of just having a nice balance. That's why I just like Big Sean. His lyrics mainly though. I love how he writes. That's it for me.
Yeah, he gets a bad rep.
He gets a
In a
bad
lot-
rep.
in a
I
lot of
don't. I
ways.
think it's because of when he does these poppy songs, which I don't understand why he does it. But of course, he just gotta, I guess, try to cater to everybody.
Yeah.
But when he's in his own, Sean mood, like
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
does, he does his stuff. Sean.
Like the Detroit
What do you, I
mixtape.
was gonna ask, what do you mean by bad rap?
Well, people see him as corny, innit?
Yeah, when he
Boy
did all
ad lib
this-
and I do it, all that stuff.
all
That
this-
very much stained his reputation. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously his celebrity girlfriends and stuff. So the attention went away from his music for a bit. The kind of Cold War with Kendrick off the back of Control. So he was never really painted in the best light compared to others.
Yeah.
But he can bar.
But music wise, yeah.
The reason why Ye signed him is because he could bar.
Yeah.
The Detroit mixtape is a dope mixtape.
I like the album as well. Was it Dark Sky Paradise?
Yeah,
Yeah, that
people,
was
people,
nice
people
as
love
well.
that as well.
I really like
Yeah.
the album. I can't lie. Dark Sky Paradise was wavy.
Yeah, and I hear because I haven't heard it, but apparently his tapes with Janae are very good as well. The
They're
2088.
good.
28.
Yeah, they are good.
They are.
Yeah,
There you go.
They're decent. They're
The
solid.
tape he did with Metro Boomin was decent as well. So
He got much better as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
got much
yeah,
better.
he did as well.
Early Sean.
and listen, we were all saying I don't fuck with you.
You say that, but his early style was quite influential for
No,
that
no,
period
he-
as well.
it was
Because I
influential.
think he wasn't. I think he brought back that style of like the lead up to the bar and then the punch, the word that punchline, and then
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And whereas then Drake started running with that style
that's
as
what he
well, and Luda and a bunch of people. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he got much better with just rapping.
yeah.
His pen just got much better throughout the years.
So does Big Sean need more credit?
I'll give him enough credit.
For his generation, he deserves more credit.
Does he? Okay.
For his generation.
Yeah.
We should mention his name more in his generation.
Yeah.
In the outskirts of rap.
Because I think at one point, obviously we have Kendrick Cole, Drake. You could argue the fifth or the fourth or the fifth spot was Sean's at one point.
It's not Wale.
That's what I was thinking.
Wale.
I don't know, man.
Meek's
Hit and
there-
miss
there's
for me
bare
for
man, there's-
Wale,
but there's
man.
Meek
I would have
there.
said
Wale.
Sean, Meek,
Nicki.
Nicki.
Nicki's ahead of all of them, by the way.
Yeah, actually that's true.
Yeah, Nicki's ahead of a lot of them.
And then Meek, Sean, Future maybe.
Is Future in that gen?
I'll class him the gen.
Kind
after.
of.
I'll class him the gen.
Kind
just a
of,
little bit
yeah.
after.
Yeah, he kind of is
I would
because
say yeah.
I would say Future's Fug's generation. Because where's Fug?
his generation after. Fuck came out and Lifestyle was 2014.
Yeah.
So, and Future was dropping before that.
Yeah.
So I'd say he's more
He's there.
the three-headed monster generation.
There's bare man we're forgetting, but
Well, Future's been.
He's been
Yeah, he's
active.
been
I'll put Meek.
active.
I'll put Meek.
Like, he's been active when his locks were
Saturday
like
Big Sean.
hair.
Yeah.
I don't even know how
he has
long
been.
that is.
Yeah.
I can't lie. That's a fact.
I mean, he's Rico Wade's cousin, so he's been active.
Yeah. But I'll put Meek ahead of Big Sean. just for the generation.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. And if Sean is number 5, then I think that makes sense. Fabio Foreign.
Favi.
Yeah, this one.
So he's just someone from this era, this generation. I think he's. I like him. If you listen to Favi, right, the guy be saying some stuff. He's like K-Trap. This is the way that you be barring. You have to laugh. You laugh when you're listening to them because it's just like it's so silly. But you're smart in how you've done this. I like it. He bounces so well on beats. It sits so nice. Pockets out of the pocket. He's all over it in a nice way. Off beat, on beat. Like if you're off beat, it pisses me off because some rappers be off beat. This Gucci little pump, he be off beat a lot of times. I don't know how people be liking that shit. But Favi would do it with style, you know, and just land in the right spots. The swag on how he flows, that's the one for me.
Clarity
I don't
as
know
well.
how. And there's the clarity as well. What annoyed me was he was mumbling at first as well. It's like, boy, why are you doing this? Fuggo was doing the same thing until them lot said, blam, you think I'm dumb? Hear my bars, bitch.
Yeah.
And I was like, actually, I'm here. I hear it. So for me, that's where it is for Favi. There's a lot of the new age
ones.
rappers
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that
yeah.
style. And not like Favi's. And I guess it's something Smoke had as well. Something Pop Smoke as well, how they just swaggy with the flow, clarity, and, you know, they're just smart with how they're saying certain stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's just for me with Favi.
Yeah, he arguably had the best guest verse of last year on Off the Grid.
Fair enough.
And I think, quiet as kept, he is one of the leaders of the new school.
Oh, for real?
He very much took Pop Smoke's place as like the king of
He actually
NY,
did.
New York drill.
I swear.
And because of that, you have to consider him. Like outside of Atlanta, especially.
You hear his name a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't lie. Pete, what do you think of him?
I like him.
Oh, swear.
Yeah, I like his style, man. You know that I was gonna say that though.
No, I
man.
apologize. I didn't.
Yeah,
I thought you
man.
were saying-
I like his
I
style.
thought, I was
man.
trying to line you up to say, never heard
No,
of
I
him.
like his style. I like his style, man.
I'm not surprised that Peter like.
I thought
I
Peter
think
would
he's
listen.
fly.
I
I like
genuinely
him.
thought.
I like. You know, I like fly rappers.
I thought Peter would have
fly
listened
Yeah,
to
there's a fly rapper.
Because
He's
you know
fly,
it's
man.
Peter, innit?
Yeah, I know.
Peter, how am I meant to know Peter listens to
I know,
Fabio?
I know, I
Can
know.
you imagine, bro?
I know.
Like, since when did
I'm
Peter
not saying
start?
when I'm out, I listen and I enjoy it, but that's it.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Have you ever played Fabio on your phone?
Yeah.
What song was it?
There we go. These are the
Big
questions.
drip.
Banger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
What are you trying to say? Favi is...
He's trying to get onto me.
Basically-
No. I don't even know.
He's trying to get onto
Peter
me.
Don't listen. Peter don't listen.
So Flo,
Peter-
basically, Peter is the old head
There's a
of the
running
crew.
joke, innit?
It's
Peter's
not,
got
it's
an
not a
issue.
joke.
Peter's got an issue with any rapper that started making music after 2018.
He hates all the lils.
Yeah.
Alright,
He does.
alright,
He hates
He
all
thinks
of them.
that he thinks they will make substanceless music. He wants to return to the days where it was all substance.
Yeah.
Incense.
No,
Def Jam
I get
comedy.
that.
He thinks
Hotepery.
Poetry.
He thinks they're thrown in our face.
Hotepery.
Hotepery.
He thinks they throw them in our face.
We always need substance, you know. It's like going to the shows and using this bread analogy. Do you know what I mean? There's something for everybody. But of course, the substance is very important because you just have to. It's what will last. It's feel good music, real music. So I rate it, bro. Of course, but
I respect that.
There's
a
always
balance. I just need a balance. That's all.
There's a balance that you don't have.
A lot of
I've
people
noticed.
like the Lils. the Lils
yeah,
be
yeah.
pissing people off.
100%.
But it's okay. Lil Wayne is. I hope he's not part of them Lils.
You know what's a Peter?
He
though?
has the
No, Wayne's a
substance
legend.
in there.
He's a
He's a
different type of little.
He's a different type of Lil.
Not everyone has an irrational hate for them like Peter, though.
It's not irrational though. I think it's
Boy,
very
you
You think
rational.
it's rational?
It's very rational.
I don't know, fam. I don't know, fam.
It's incredibly rational, man.
I mean, disliking someone before you listen to them is irrational.
no, but I'll hear stuff and that will just inform my hate.
Do you like Dirk?
Yeah.
Oh, for
Nah,
real?
bro.
No.
So child.
I don't
Yeah, nah,
really
man.
care for Dirt that much either.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
care
the only
for
Dirk
that.
fan.
Yeah, nah, man.
I don't know. It's just.
I'm actually a
I don't
fan.
get it. I don't get
I'm
what
a-
people like.
I'm a Dirk fan. I
You know
can't
what it
lie.
is? A lot of them are the same. So once you listen to one, you listen to
Yeah.
you listen to them all. Like the Baby Dirk tape, for instance. Like they didn't need to do that together because they basically sound like the same. They do the same shit. They talk about their troubles and da 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 da. But it just sounds very similar. So once you've listened to Dirk, you don't or Baby or any of them, you don't really need to listen to anybody else.
No, I hear you. I like that tape though. What was it? The Voice and the Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But with that, with your music flow, like how do you try to find that balance between, the substance and when you just want to wild out sometimes?
I guess in that department, I'll let the beat guide me. When it's something that I feel like I just want to take my time on it, and I'll follow it through from the metronome down to the first hi-hat or the snare down to where we've now put everything together. I'll follow it through right to every single thing, simply because I just it's a story and I want to go travel with it with the beat, to the point where there's certain parts is just for certain section of my mind, how I'm feeling here, whether I want to talk about something that's happened years back. I'm going back on nostalgia, or it's a moment that I don't know, that's happened last week or whatever. There's going to be a certain place I want to put certain things, so I'll travel with the beat all the way through from the beginning. Whereas if I want to now have fun, I'm not really having that thought. I let the beat guide me on that one. It's I hear what I like, I just express. Freedom of expression, I don't try to hold back. But then with the substance, how truthful do I want to be? So I gotta take my time on that one. And like,
What sort of music did you hear in the home growing up?
what sort of music
Outside
I
of
hear?
your top 5? I'm
Outside
quite
of my
curious.
top 5, man, quite a few Afro beats, of course. Hip hop. So I listen to like the Jay-Z's. Listen to Ti. Listen to a lot of hip hop in those days. Channel U as well. So travel back to the UK. Had some Kano, Scorcher, Tinty Strider. But yeah, some Shade Adu as well. My mom loved those ones. Some gospel as well. Grandma would play those ones. So music for me, and a lot of times I didn't even know like the names of what I'd be listening to. I could look through a window and see a music channel playing, and I swear I'd stop everything, drop whose hands holding me, and I'd be staring, looking through, because like I just enjoy that world. It could be whatever showing, I don't care. But if it's a music video and I see, I remember like I think it was a B2K video years back. It was all in white or whatever. I saw it through. I watched that through a window, like through someone's window. Couldn't wait to go back home and like research these things. So man, just like I said, Lionel Richie as well, Stevie Wonder, ABBA. These lot,
Yeah,
So there was so much going on in my house because it was just like that. And then my sister with the Eve, with like Two-Face, with it's just my sister and I. So she was more into this, Pink, flipping
When she was
tattoo. So this was what my sister would then be watching as well. I'll be,
All the things she said running through my head.
yeah, Dido, these
It took me a
guys.
minute to clock.
Yeah, McFly.
I said busted.
Bro, don't
Yeah, man.
Spice
to the year
Girls.
3000?
Like
That we're
there
talking.
was just there was a range of things going on in my house still, but I fell more in love with hip hop. And Ti, these guys. I'm surprised I didn't even put Ti in there. Should have put Ti in there. Can it be 6? I'll slap Ti in there, because Ti was just another one person that made me, like want to pick up a pen, flipping, shoot videos and do all of these things. 50 made me want to have merch. Wayne made me want to have, when the Supras came out, doing all these collabs, learning about this, like the game through these lot, basically. And but yeah, that's who I was listening to.
I hear that. Was that in Nigeria as well as when you came here as well?
Yeah,
Or was it
as well
all
as
throughout?
throughout here and there. Like Sade, I don't know, everyone was getting excited over Sade at one point back at home. So they would just always have her around. I mean, playing her, and over here as well, Mix, Stevie Wonder as well back home. All of this stuff. The Lionel Richies were back home. Yeah, the B2Ks were back home.
Did you ever listen to any like traditional Yoruba music like Wasiu?
Yeah. Those were also back home as well.
Yeah.
And like, even crossover here, the Sonia days, the whole parties, the live music, like, yeah, man. Thinking back on it, I was just in a lot of places where music were playing. I don't really look back on it like that. But, yeah.
Do you feel like your perception of music changed at all when you moved to London?
No, because I didn't even know what the hell it was. I was too young. So I just that's why I said until I came across 50,
That's when it started to make
like
sense.
raw. Maybe I kind of get why these lot doing this. Way out.
Yeah.
Rapping. Okay, like there's a history to this, because then these lot start talking about the record label. What? Because they got them. They can't do it. Just all of these controversies in the music, and then you get to know who's who. This lot beef and that, and then you get to know who's that, and then research on that label or they're from there. So like that was then when I just started learning about the whole culture around music, and even with like the gigs happening and like oh man, all of these battles here and there. It was just like that was the era I guess I was growing up in. Right? A lot of battle raps and all of these things, and everyone just beefing each other. But aside from that, it was just more of them telling their stories through music was what made me pick up a pen to then want to tell my story, because that was the best way. I used to draw before, but it wasn't doing anything for my soul the way writing, not even like performing, but being able to write. What I really enjoy is writing.
Okay, I hear
So
that.
were you dipping into poetry before you actually like fully started like rapping and flowing and stuff?
Yes and no, because before I got super confident in being able to then perform my raps, I would say speak them out, spoken word poet. Until listening to more Lil Wayne, listening to more 50 Cent, watching them a lot more on YouTube, and then it's like actually no, now I could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that. How old were you when you moved to London? from Nigeria?
8.
You were 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so by that point, obviously, music-wise, there's a lot to take in.
Yeah,
You're still trying to just basically understand like how this thing is, other than like loads of cool sounds coming through a flipping stereo.
Yeah, 9, 10, year 7, year 6, year 7 was when I was just like, then I wanna, go more into it. Yeah.
So when did you start writing? At what age were you when you started writing?
Like 11, 12, so year 8, year 9, 11, 12,
wow.
yeah.
So you've been active from day.
So
pretty
11,
much.
12, yeah, been writing, but I was super crap, bro. You know what I mean? Because I'm not learning how to tell my story. I'm just,
You just write for the sake, yeah.
seeing these lot write. Of course, they've got history and whatever they've gone through life. So me, I'm just picking up a pen and just getting excited and writing. So it didn't take up until like 8, 9 years.
8, 9 years. Is that when you
Yeah,
started
bro.
feeling?
No,
more
like now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Later down the line, I've perfected my story. I know how to, say what I want to say, all of these things. But it started from that 11, 12, still dabbling in and out, not knowing how to do it properly, printing out lyrics, seeing how they do it, performing with them, reading along with them and all of these things, to learn all it. It was just it was interesting for me. I enjoyed it. It was my hobby, like. But I'll be on Wikipedia for time, researching these lot, bro. I was like, no, I really just enjoyed it. Yeah.
So was that what made you really want to pursue rap? Just the fact that you liked writing and you wanted to pursue writing, and that kind of just morphed into rap at a later time?
Yeah, no, I enjoy music as well. I enjoy music a lot. I enjoy the art of writing, and I enjoy the art of production. So, music, beats, I love how it sounds. I love how it makes you feel. Like, just putting those two together, I could listen to instrumentals for ages and just be saying my thoughts to them, But then being able to write your thoughts down, it's nice. It pushes me. It's, it keeps me on my tippy toes all the time. It keeps my brain active as well. I always do brain exercises because I just want to see where I'm at today. So I could write to wherever I hear, bro. But it's the art of production, hearing everything come together, the synths. Like, I love organs, I love keys. So being able to pair that with some nice 808s or, some nice snares or whatever, I love all of that stuff. It's nice.
So when you first heard the beat to SPF, what was the first thing that came to you?
Oh, when I first heard the beat, I heard it from nothing. So it's not
Oh,
like
so you
I
heard,
just
like,
heard
it
it.
being kind of like constructed.
Yeah, we constructed it
Okay.
from scratch. Like that's what the album was. Every single thing we started from a metronome, bro. Of course, metronome, because then you got to build everything around the metronome before. So I always say that. But if how I felt, we always like when I start a session, we go through this conversation of how you feeling, what's going through your head today, and I don't even know what was going through our head that day, but we'd put keywords down and go through sonics and try and like, go through them and match the mood with the sonics, and we were just like, we just want to be in a time machine right now. We just want to do like old school. We want to vibe with like something our parents would vibe to. Like, don't kind of care about anything right now, man. Let's just have fun. Not really, overthink this. We literally do. We didn't overthink that at all. And that was made in like an hour, I think. The beat was made in an hour, but we perfected it, finished it in like the next 7 to 2 hours or so.
Yeah.
But when I heard it was just fun. It was just like I came up with the melody straight away. The hook part, the bridge. Sorry, not the hook, the bridge. And I'm like, this is fire. I love this bridge. I have to lay this bridge down. That's what that one was. I heard it and I just needed to. I've got some melodies, bro. Like, record me, please. Let's go.
Yeah, that man. Well, take us back to like your first couple songs that you dropped and that kind of era. Like, was it daunting for you to kind of release music at that time, or was it something that because you were writing so much, it kind of came natural?
No, it wasn't natural at all. No, it wasn't like the feeling didn't feel natural to like, yeah, I'm gonna drop this. It started off from SoundCloud, of course. And SoundCloud is chill, you probably get like 200 plays.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine, maybe 50 plays a day.
Yeah.
It's not that much people, your friends, and that is cool. That's fine. I could do that. I could do that. But the reason why I put songs on SoundCloud was I was doing a lot of open mics, and it was jarring because I didn't have stuff to play. It's always trying to. So it's like, where can I find it kind of thing? You know what? Just go to SoundCloud, you find me there. That was the reason I put stuff on SoundCloud. If not, I would not put anything online. Like, I would just make my songs at home, go perform. But of course, this whole people wanting to find you kind of stuff. When it then got to this stage, that helped me out, I guess, because, all right, it's not bad. Kept putting stuff on SoundCloud, whatever I made with my friends, kept putting it on SoundCloud, and like, I didn't see no negative reviews or whatever. That's cool. But it wasn't about that, really. Sorry. Like, when I perform my song live, it's different. I'm a performing artist, recording artist. So like, performing, you have to bring the best out of the song live, So online was never my thing. I just know when you see me live, like, that's all that matters. Like, I'm gonna give you a show. I'm gonna. You can like me there, you know what I mean? I don't care what happens when you go home. I've done my job here. So that was what kind of did it for me. And I just kept performing I did like over 200 shows, open mics, before I stepped onto the fader, and then everything changed.
Yeah.
Is that still your mentality now?
Say that again?
Is that still your mentality now? You want your live performances to be the main thing?
1000%, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always gonna make the record sound nice, and my engineers and them lot will make it sound super nice.
Yeah.
But if I can't then perform that on stage and give you a good show, like, I'm just uploading songs for you to just listen. I'm a performing artist, so I have to, yes, you can listen to them online, but when you see me, it's a show. I have to, I have to bring it. Yeah.
And speaking of someone who's seen your shows and see how they go off, yeah, you definitely can see that. That live element of it is very important for you. What's a better feeling, like finishing a song or performing it live?
Finishing a song for sure, because I won't lie, I always want to listen to my songs back, and that's just recent, because now, more confident with my voice. I guess I'm not the only one that doesn't like how they sound. I used to think I was the only person in the world at one point, but no, man, there's a lot of us. But it's just growth and all of these other things, maturity, get used to your... Sorry, my eye contact is quite bad.
No, that's good.
I'm a shy person.
It's all good. It's all good.
You? Shy? But yeah. So no, I enjoy performing, and it's just an important part of the... But I enjoy finishing my songs more, simply because I want to hear them back. And I just vibe to my own stuff.
I hear that. you obviously became, I suppose, famous in a sense, and you became well known. when you
Ew, I
dropped-
hate that word.
Fair enough. But you became well known with the song Bands.
Yeah.
And obviously you did a colours performance for that. I remember I interviewed you and we watched that.
Yeah, you did. That was-
Remember
that
that?
was,
Yeah, that was dope.
I was
Oh,
skipping all over the damn place.
Yeah,
For
100%,
that one
but-
donuts.
yeah, you actually were. But it was sweet. It was sweet. But when you look back on that now, like when you look back on that song, you look back on that colours performance, just that time for you, where a
Yeah.
lot of stuff was happening for you, like how did you process all of that? How did you process like your name being up in like publications, magazines, people talking about you? It must have been like a very mad thing at the time.
Yeah. I was just taking it in and just doing what I needed to do to keep it all going. I'm someone that finds it super hard to like bask in everything, just to take in everything. You know, people always have to tell you, yo, you gotta enjoy the moment, you gotta live in the moment kind of thing. Like, you gotta hammer that in my own head. Like, I don't know why. Even that's when you asked me downstairs, what did I say? I was like, how do you want me to feel my guy?
That's true. That's true.
So,
I asked her, how do you feel now the album's out? She was like, fam, I feel normal, fam.
like, I just don't know how to react because I feel
Yeah.
like this is something I should be doing. Like, this is not, it doesn't feel like a job for me, but at the end of the day, it's a job that I gotta do. I can't stop and, take it all in, which I should. But in my mind, there's so much I need to be doing to really, you know, I have my own goals, you know?
Yeah, of course.
So to really get there, everything is you know, I take it all in. I'm trying to take it all in actually as it happens, but during those times, bro, I was just going. I wouldn't even repost a lot of stuff. I won't repost nothing. I won't like shout out. I feel like people were pissed off with me at one point because you know when you do stuff and people like, just wasn't there. My mind wasn't. You know, it's like, okay, cool, this has happened. But I want to, you know, make more music. I want to be put in, you know, in a facility where I have resources to be able to make more of these
Yeah, of
things.
course.
But, you know, you're just here, there. And I just have to be here and there doing these things. Work. So, probably till today, you know, I kind of look back and like, bro, that happened. I did that. Like,
Yeah.
It's a haze for me, bro. It's a blur.
Yeah, it must have
Things
been.
are hazy. But that's because I didn't stop to, you know, take them in. I just kept going. As they were coming, I was done, gone. Like,
Do you have people around you that are kind of like, yo, you gotta chill and
what?
smell
They
the
them lot
roses?
twist my ears at times, bro. Like, literally, they will tell you, this girl, this one here, stubborn.
Yeah.
That's how you know she's nice, man. T twist your
But then
hair.
look,
That's so
bro.
specific to nice, bro.
It's even my Ghanaian brother that does this one here. Yo, it's still West African. You know, he'll twist my ears out like, bro, like, you have to smell the, you know, smell the
Yeah,
flower.
man.
And which is growing up, like, it comes with maturity and all of these things and just knowing we're here today, gone tomorrow for real.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a very fine line between like smelling the roses and then complacency. Like you can be very, very happy and indulge in, you know, all of the success that you have to the point where it might affect the music. You might not necessarily care as much because you're more about, you know, the lifestyle. So I think being level-headed as you are is a very good way to go about it, while also, if you do need your ear twisted at some point to be like, yo, you know, smell the roses and that, I don't know, I guess for me, if I was an artist, I probably would want to be more in that position than, you know, smelling it and being blinded by the lights, as it were, you know what I'm saying? So I suppose for me anyway, I feel like that's a good approach to take, at least. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's a great approach to take. But obviously, like, when you do stuff like colours and you do stuff like, you know, when, you know, people like Naomi Campbell know who you are and stuff, you know, it can be like very gratifying for someone who, you know, was doing open mics not too long ago and, you know, just writing just because they enjoyed it, now doing it as a profession sort of thing. How do you negotiate, like, the kind of success that you've had generally?
And the success that you want.
How do I negotiate the success I've had generally and the one that I want?
Yeah.
I don't like, but how do I even measure the success? Like,
I thought the general thing would be like sales, it'd be like acclaim, it would be that sort of thing.
but I don't know if this is gonna sound like corny or whatever. I don't know. It's for how many people kind of connect with the music. because I could be doing this in a sense and like doesn't like reach anywhere or whatever. It doesn't connect with anybody, and but like I want people to be able to connect with it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like we all relate in a sense. You know, there's certain subjects we can all relate to, and I feel like I speak for certain voices that don't have the chance. They don't have the chance to amplify the voice. And I used to be one of those people that felt like, you know, there was no one to kind of hear me out, or there was no way I could, you know, get whatever it is I was trying to get across. I don't know. It would just be nice to feel like I'm, you know, heard or whatever seen. So I feel like I kind of represent in the way I've come across. I feel like that's my success story, you know, to be able to say that I can speak for certain voices and just to put a platform on is what I really, you know, with how I would.
That's how you measure.
Yeah.
That's how you measure it.
I hear that.
Change your mind, like being in a position where I could put a platform on for others to come on, and it doesn't have to be music, but be able to achieve their dreams in a sense. That's all I ever wanted, just to have a platform where I could do something that doesn't feel like I'm conforming to, you know, society's whatever society throws at me. And whenever I found those platform or hubs, like, you know, I was so invested to where what I'm doing now is because of these, you know, where I've come from, the path I've come from with these platforms, open mic, youth clubs, whatever it is. There's just a hub, a community that feels like everybody's one, everyone could do whatever you want to do. There's nothing, the sky, you know, is limit here. So being able to put that platform on for the younger generation, I'm like, yes, in Nigeria and here, you know, in places where it would be, you know, it will make a huge difference. Like, yeah.
I hear that. So for people who are listening and watching who might not have never heard your music, like, what does your music explore? What do you talk about in your music? Like, give us a breakdown.
What do I talk about in my music? I talk about, you know, like, how can I put this without sounding too? I talk about, because I'm thinking about
Really? So
because I'm thinking about personal stuff. You know what I mean? But I don't want to. Relationships with, you know, the world, relationships with yourself. Of course, people around you. How you navigate through this world. How I navigate through the world. You know, my highs and lows. Like, I really just talk about what makes me happy in life and, you know, what brings me down in life. Family, you know, family relationships. I talk about personal relationships with, like, partners. Talking about, like, youth clubs, what's happening in our community, and, like I say, I talk about youth clubs, not like that. Like I'm rapping about youth club, no, but like things that, you know, affects the community, and like I don't dabble too much into politics. I'm not a political rapper or whatever, no, but you know, the little bits that I understand, you know, I try to put it into my music as well. But a lot of nostalgia. I love to rap about, you know, the origin stories of, like, how I came about. So mainly also a lot of nostalgia, I'd say. But it's really to do with how to navigate through the world through my lenses.
I hear that. And that feeds really well into the new album, Out of Heart, which is very nostalgic sounding. Obviously, we've had conversations about, like, your influences as far as sonically as well. Like, talk to us a little bit about the album and sonically how it was influenced by, you know, what it was influenced by.
The album was influenced by, my personal nostalgias of, you know, things like the game world, just growing up with friends, growing up in South London, you know, which is where everything started for me musical-wise. That's where I first stepped to a microphone. You know, that's where I started, you know, first saw, like, a door. A door is like a Logic or Fruity Loops, one of them. Ableton or whatever. That's the first place my music origin really, I guess, took off in terms of being able to then write my own lyrics, go to the studio and try things out. So just that side of things, I felt like my old music, I was just always in the moment, like fun, yeah, we're here now. I even get tired of that at times. And like, but if you listen to me from like 2015, SS16, what you're hearing today on Out of Heart was where I really came from 6 years ago. So a lot of things just happened and I was just in the moment of things, Out of Heart made me just go back to my origin stories.
Was there an intention to go back, or was it just something that kind of just happened and it kind of just came about?
I just thought, it's an album. Every album I've ever listened to, the first one, it's always an introduction to the artist, right?
Facts.
And this is just that introduction to myself. I don't think it would have made sense if I made an album and I skip the most important part of, on my second album I can have fun and try out other subjects, but with this one, a lot of people also just didn't know me. They didn't know nothing about me, and everyone was always putting me in their own box, which is okay. But you gotta step into mine, And
I always found it hard to put you in a box,
bruh,
From like listening to like, No Panic, No Panic, No Pain, like
he's probably the only
Unveiled
one
as well.
I've
It
heard
was,
say that because
no, it
everyone
was
else
difficult.
just group me here, there.
I wanted to
that,
because
and I'm
it's-
like this.
I wanted to as well because it's easier. Whenever I have an artist, it's easier to put them in a box because you can. I don't know. You can
Don't
just.
put artists in
I
a
know.
box.
But
Sorry.
like, I don't know.
We're
it's
not
just,
Van Gogh.
I know. But it just makes
Sorry,
it
I
easier.
just said that because they splattered his thing today, this morning. Boy.
I don't know. It just makes it easier to, even if
Just
I'm
place them
describing
somewhere.
you to someone else. I don't know. Putting someone in a box where
Just
you can say
place
they
it
sound
somewhere.
like that person.
Yeah.
You can give the
Okay.
person an idea, and I think that's why people do it. But I wasn't able to do that. I struggled
Thank
to do that with you.
You're one of a kind.
Yeah, I actually
One of
really
a
did.
kind.
You know what? I never really did either, but I could see where people were coming from as far as, okay, there's bands, there's the collab with like Mo Skeletor,
Yeah.
those kind of like, I don't want to say rowdy, but those kind of like high energy, high
Basically,
octave,
people didn't know I had range. In your face, you BITCH. Like,
Yeah, exactly. People
yo, didn't think I had range.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
man,
yeah,
I'm
people
a
came-
musical kid.
Yeah, people came to you to turn up. People came to you to like kind of mosh and
Now
that
I'm here
kinda-
making
that-
gospel music your mother can dance to.
Bro, we know you're capable. But yeah, I could see why people might have put you in a box, but obviously to do that would have been a massive injustice to you because obviously not just the debut album, but obviously previous projects as well, where you've shown vulnerability, you've shown conscientious view of the world, sort of thing. So people really that put you in a box aren't listening as much as or as closely as they should.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, while I see why they would, because some of your biggest songs are the ones where, you could get typecast. But again, you got to listen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why when I dropped Cuddy Buddy, the first single, it was just like, should we? But I said I have to because this lot think I'm just gonna come with another,
Yeah.
like, and I didn't want that. I was like, nah, I'm bored of that image, you
Yeah.
know. So
Okay, so you were bored of that image.
yeah, because of course I don't want to be in a box. You know what I mean? I want to be fluid.
Especially when you're
the
so
artist,
early
I
in
know
your
I
career.
am. Sorry, brother.
No, I was just saying, especially when you're so early in your career as well.
Thank
The
you
one thing
very
don't
much.
want is
Ding,
for
ding,
people
ding,
to
ding,
be
ding.
like-
And another thing, everyone telling me to make an album. So if was that what you all wanted to hear? I don't know. But I just needed time to play around and find more sonics
Yeah,
that I'm
naturally.
like, not even find, but I just know this is what I want to do. But is it the right time? Because if I did it prematurely, it could have just been like,
Yeah.
we were here, but girl.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like, nah, man, I gotta fully showcase myself, when I think it's the right time, which is
100%,
what Out of Heart was.
And that's what I love generally about this new generation of UK artists. They are on no one's clock but their own.
Listen.
They do not care. They will
For real.
They will make you wait
It's
if they
true.
feel like they have to.
It's
They
true.
will drop what seems like an album but not call it an album because they don't want to. And I rate that because it means that they are independent. They're independent of thought. They're not coalescing to what society or the industry or what fans think they should do. And I think FLOHIO's an example of
I
that.
can't lie, it was scary though. The amount of time I just kept, of course, like, I cared what people want. I can't lie. It's not like I will always make the music I want, but I hope you lot like this shit, because at the end of the day, I want us to all be at the venue together, turning up to this. Like that's the whole point. Because I love performing this to you. And help you just forget your worries for that. Whatever half an hour it is, whatever happened before you came into those doors, let's just leave it behind those doors and let's have a good time here. You know, let me help you, you help me as well. It's a two-way thing. So yeah, I was just nervous and scared that bro, is this gonna go left or whatever? Because I'm trying like stuff here that I haven't seen me do before. That I felt like I was just risking everything. Every time I press record, bro, let's just go.
Yeah. But did that affect the creative process at all?
No, because I enjoyed it. This is what I want to do, bro. I want to sing melodies. I want to. I always write melodies, but sometimes my beat might just gotta just save it for another one, because they're just carrying barring on this one still.
So when you were dropping all of that, when you were like in your like maybe 2017, 2018, 2019 kind of period, when you were dropping these songs, did you feel like you had to just to be like, yo, okay, this is what people like about me, let me just hone in on that a little bit more?
Nah, those was my in and out songs. I like to call them in and out because I literally go in and I come back out and it's nice. It's the vibe of that moment, in and outs. I don't think too much on those ones. But there'll be tracks that I've done that they don't get released because I'm just like, where it's everyone else is going crazy. Like, bro, you're not gonna really. I'm like, fam, nah, no, they will come out, but just not. Not now. It was too early for me to be dropping. It was like it would be like I would drop around town after like a bands or something. Yeah, which is nothing wrong with that, but it was just make your mind up kind of thing.
And that's another thing about artistry that they don't tell you. Like, especially as a new artist, you kind of gotta feed people certain bits before you can open up your whole thing to them, sort of thing. So, like, if I'm an R&B artist and I'm only making a certain type of R&B, I'm not then gonna make, rock music or rock infused R&B for the next thing. You know what I'm saying? So, it's
even Wayne couldn't do it. He had to drop that in the 2000s, late 2000s. Just give us the run of their mixtapes, bro. We like that.
Most Def as well. Most Def did Black on Both. No, he did the New Danger after Black on Both Sides, and people didn't like it. You know what I mean? So, and it was
because it was too vast of a switch up. I mean, we weren't ready for that.
Yeah, the main thing is to get your core. Once you get your core, I think that's when you can start to play about it.
But even the core with Most Def, they weren't feeling
but that's understandable. I'm just saying. Later with Wayne, I mean, anyway. Wayne was years down the line, so it's more of a thing where it's understandable. You've had 20 years in the game, do your thing.
Yeah.
But like, if it's first album and the second album, you switch it up, you'll be like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's the Stormzy effect.
Yeah, it confuses the fans. It confuses the fans and it makes them very unsure. Yeah. And it might make them turn off, which is obviously what you don't want.
Exactly.
So it wasn't that I wasn't, I was making what I wanted to make. I was also making them tracks. They just stayed on the back burners. When time's right, we'll drop them.
Yeah, because you still find joy in recording that stuff and making those making that music.
1000%. Yeah.
I hear that, man.
How do you find navigating a male-dominated industry as a black woman?
I could say it's tough because, let's even just put the black woman aside. It's just a male industry that's, every woman is like doing the best they can to just hold their corner, and that's just, of course, being the best they can do in their crafts. Not really, it's not a competition because you just have to compete with yourself, sort of thing. If you start turning to a competition, it's gonna fail. I know that for me, what keeps me going is like knowing my style is my style. I think that's one thing I'm so sure of. And like, even down to my flows, it's so tailored. You can't hear me use the same flows twice. There's very few like artists that, that does that kind of stuff, They tailor the flows to the songs or whatever, and they'll use, take a little flow from one of their known flows and bring it here. But really and truly, this will be tailoring. And that's one thing I'm proud of about myself and my art. It's just, and it's just hard for I'm just so confident in my artistry, right? Like all these things, my flows, how I place myself on a beat. It's not it then fuck the male female at that point. It's just like, let's hear how, you know, well, you both perform on a track. That's how I see it. That you know.
Is there an aspect of
can't-
rapping or of your rapping that you enjoy maybe more sometimes versus like the lyrics versus the flows sort of thing? Because obviously you've talked about your flows a lot,
Yeah.
and obviously you write lyrics, the great lyrics as well. Like, is there an aspect of like laying down a track when you're spitting your lyrics versus like doing your flows that you might enjoy more?
Oh, it's a tricky one because it works together. If a syllable is missing, the whole flow is fucked. So you gotta adapt.
Yeah.
You know, so it's knowing how the wording would fit around the flow. It's not the other way around.
Do you write with
like-
the beat or do you write without the beat?
I write with the beat, and then I write with the beat. No, I write with the beat.
Okay.
Well, that's why it's tailored because I gotta tailor. Yeah, now I gotta sew my lyrics to the. I gotta in. If I write, then I'll still have to then take it apart, put it back together. Yeah, cause don't let me give you too much of mine.
Too much
But,
insider knowledge.
Yeah, no, it works both ways, you know. Like, yeah, man, it's the whole art of knowing how the word is gonna. If there's a box here, it's not even a box, like a jagged one, you know. And it's just, you ever done Photoshop? Okay, if we do a circle, I try to, you know, put a text inside that, and like just knowing how it will fit.
Yeah.
Or, you know what
I
I'm
know
saying? The
exactly.
typeface into the intersection, whatever.
Video editing as well, like all that. Yeah.
I just like how you can be able to take out words, find another syllable, you know, find the meaning of the same word. But okay, I won't use that one. I'll use another one. Is it there? Is it there? Little things, you know. I enjoy things like that. Having to like go through dictionaries.
Oh, yeah, that was going to be my next question. I'm quite
Because I
fascinated.
do that, you know. I'd go into, you know, checking out syllables and knowing what other words or whatever, you know, like I have to do all this stuff. It's the fun part
Synonyms.
of it. Yeah, man. Onomatopoeia, everything.
Thesauruses.
Like, you know, no, for real.
Yeah.
We're laughing. But for real.
Yeah.
But this is just me and my writing because I just enjoy this whole thing. And that's what helps me tailor the flows, you know? Just, it would take me long to write certain things because, like, I could be trying to write, like, 4 lines, but I don't want to use the same, you know, certain things. So, like, just knowing how to tailor those, like, until those 4 lines sound sweet, bro, we're not moving from this.
So would it be the same sort of process if you were writing for someone else? As far as tailoring?
Yeah, I think that's one thing. That's my skill. That's one thing that comes with me anyway. So if I'm going to write for anybody, I'll take... Because that's how... It's just, to enjoy music, right? Everything's got to land right. Yes, we could go... But now I could just go on a mic and do my thing because I've been doing it for over 10 years. So, like, you know, sometimes I wouldn't need a pen and paper to tailor my flows. I could tailor my flows right there. But flipping... so just to write, to make the songs just sound nice and full and all of these things, for me, of course, production-wise, they will do all of that. They will tailor the beat accordingly, where the hi-hat's got to land, you know, the 4 bars, 8 bar there. Everything is numbers and rhythms, right? So I just do the opposite with the words. Everything is numbers. So that's another thing I enjoy as well, numbers, you know, playing about with flows, numbers, and like... it gets techie. Even trying to explain it. But
No, I hear it though. Is there an aspect of writing that you maybe didn't appreciate when you were younger that you really appreciate now
from myself or in general?
for yourself?
That I didn't appreciate then that I appreciate now.
Yeah. Or maybe you didn't consider when you were younger that you consider now and you appreciate now, and it's quite important to how you write now.
I write a lot. I say a lot. I've learned sometimes in music, they don't say that much, you know, is knowing how to pack a full punch in a sentence sort of thing, in a line. Me, I'd write, like I said, I could, even now, I just enjoy, you know, just going off on one still. So if I start writing, I'll go on as I got further in my career, I started, cutting them down a bit and making what I wanted to say, just bite-sized pieces here and there, little Easter eggs, I guess, and I placed them around. But then, so I guess what I did with this is also just being able to narrate, like, write. It used to piss me off back in the day because I'm like, bro, why am I writing so much words? Because then performing as well is a lot of words. I'm like, bro, I'm actually doing this to myself. So, I'd try to say everything I want to say quick in this 8-bar there. Let's not make it a 16, let's make it an 8. Can we cut it here? It's going to be a 3-minute track flow. Thank you very much. Because me, I done turned the whole damn thing to 5-minute, boy. I just want to rap. I just want to go. But,
So you have to stop yourself from rapping more time.
more times I cut a 8-bar gun. Why are we doing 16? We only needed a minute 8, But I just, right.
You're a nerd for real, man.
This guy call me a nerd. I'm a nerd for hip hop, yes, bitch.
For real.
But no, I just enjoy writing. I'm a songwriter. That's me, boy.
Yeah.
I can't actually wait to start writing for people because I'd want to do that. But really and truly, I want to be able to score.
Yeah.
And do movies and kind of that cool stuff there later.
That would be sick.
It would be.
Yeah, 100%.
I know.
I hear that, man. So with Out of Heart,
This guy gonna call me a nerd because I like to write. I still hear that one in my
listen,
head.
man, listen. I'm a nerd as
Takes
well.
one to know one, isn't it? Do you know what I
Exactly.
mean?
I'm a nerd as well. I'm literally a writer,
No,
so
I have to take
you know
it.
what I'm saying?
My guy.
So, it's all good. With Out of Heart,
Yeah.
obviously the title was very striking.
Why?
Well, I mean, Out of Heart, it's very like,
Soulful. It's coming straight from the heart. Straight from that chakra.
but also, when you say you're out of heart, that's quite striking because it's not really something anyone says. So it's like, what's the significance of the title? Out of heart. Because to say you're out of heart, that
could
might
mean
suggest like,
You're done.
that suggests like
done.
emotional.
Like I'm
Yeah.
physically done. Like it's-
You know what
See,
I'm
I didn't
saying?
take it that way.
take this world for what it is.
Yeah, and how did you
I didn't
take
take. I
it?
just took
I
it
took it
as
as take
everything that's coming on this album is
And
coming
yes.
from the heart.
Yes and yes, yes and yes.
So it's quite interesting that you took it that way.
I took
I
it
guess
as
it's the intention.
I generally took it as this world is yours. Like not as in
Yeah.
but like I'm out of this.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what the.
And that's SPF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Outkast said, "Hey, yeah." It's one of the saddest songs I ever wrote. Yeah,
So you
man.
wouldn't think that, would you? I wouldn't think that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Would.
Do you know what I mean?
SPF is one.
Well, I mean,
See, I didn't get that either.
Bro, I know.
That just felt fly and jiggy.
Yeah, man.
well, here's the
You know what I
thing.
mean?
A line that will always stick with me from SPF: "Screen got blurry, still made moves." And to me, because I know that why the significance of the album, what it means to you as far as that you pouring your heart out generally, when I hear a line like that, it hits me because it's like raw, like you're making all these moves and you're being successful, but there's hurt there, there's emotion there, sort of thing. I mean, break down that line if you could.
Scream got blurry, still made moves. Bathed in your lies, I stay true. Clarity is something I was just trying to find on this album. Well, not trying to find. I was going through a stage, phase in my life where clarity was just nowhere to be found. Things felt hazy in my head, didn't really understand what was going on, but I still had to turn up for my sessions, still have to turn up for my shoots, still have to turn up for myself, because nobody else would turn up for me. And there was just a lot of times where I really could not be bothered anymore, but I just, my music is literally my strength, It's my happy place. And when things kind of looks like it's turmoil, I always go to music and a little bit of fresh air, just... So, literally, it got blurry, but I still made moves. I still had to turn up. I still had to just do the things I needed to do.
And release. Release whatever
man.
tension, whatever was going through your mind at the time, just release it on a track, sort of thing.
Yeah, which is always my output for ever since I picked up the pen. Still just write what was going through, my little mind or whatever.
Yeah. The general process of recording the album and writing the songs for the album versus your previous work as far as what you've released, was it generally quite a release to be able to write about that sort of stuff and put it out?
Sorry, say that again, bro.
As far as recording the album and writing about the stuff you were writing about and rapping about, because obviously it is a left turn from what we're used to from you. Was that a release for you, as far as emotionally, creatively as well?
Yeah, it was. Um. Yeah, it was a release for me because it was like 2 years in the making. You know, it was we all couldn't wait. It was a thing where and also just to move on because until we finished this phase here, we were not moving anywhere. You know, I needed to free my mind, and which was what like this is what this is. Kind of give me a clean slate.
Yeah.
So like, you know, just do whatever I want to do for the next phase. So yes, super refreshing to drop and just like super breath of fresh air still.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously, apart from the one feature, the album is pretty much featureless.
Bro, I fought for the one feature. Them lot were saying, you don't need a feature. Like, you can hold this one on your own. I hear that, but leave me alone. I want a feature. No, for real, because I
Shout out
love
to
my
Hawa.
team, and they always just shout out to Hawa. I love my team, and, you know, I love my support system. But sometimes, man, they just, like, Flo, now you've got this one, and it's good. Like, you don't, what? You don't need nobody on this album. I said, boy, is this your album, man? You better leave me alone.
You know what it is? You're an interesting one because when it comes to your own releases, you don't really collab like that. Obviously, there's Cassian and Hawa, and you've collabed with like the Streetz.
I don't know how to ask people to anything.
Yeah.
I would stay in my studio and do my thing until the cows come home, boy. I just don't know how to. It's not in my nature. It's not like no, I don't. It's just not in my nature. I'm a super introvert kid. Yeah. You all know this already. Music makes me ambivert, but
But is there someone if you could get a feature with anyone?
I always say MIA. If you lot can get me MIA,
that would be lit.
Do you know?
I don't know, man.
No. As in,
I wish I
do
did.
you know how lit it would be?
Oh yeah, it'll be lit.
It would be lit.
It'd be lit.
That's somebody. I know she don't do features unless like you got like super bags, but you never know. But that's somebody I would want to work with, bro. MIA.
I feel like her first two albums, that era, any song you would fit perfectly. Perfectly. Yeah, man. MIA is.
Nah.
Yeah, she's. That's a good mix, to be fair.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's fair.
But boy, I mean, as far as like the album now being out, long time in the making. Obviously, you said it was 2 years in the making. I mean, how does it feel? I mean, obviously we had that we had the discussion when we were outside, but you know, now that the album is out, because obviously a lot of people put a lot of emphasis on the first album, it being the debut, the first statement and stuff like that. Does that narrative kind of fit into your way of thinking at all?
Yeah, I'm happy to drop a debut. Like from the moment I stepped into music, I won't lie to you. Picking up, you know, the 50 Cent album, whether it's Get Rich or Die Trying, whether it's an Eve album, it's like one day I'm gonna drop an album, or it's Carter to whoever's album. I just wanted, you know, a track list of something that's just love and time has gone into it. It was something I've always. It's a gift to myself. I won't lie to you. It's a. This is a musical gift to myself. Having the vinyls and like, just feels like you know, and it's mine. It's me. Of course, I would not have done this without my, you know, engineer, my producers, everybody in the label that worked with me helped me out with the whole project. But you know, if I never came forward and said, "Yo, guys, I want to do an album," like, we wouldn't be having this convo.
Exactly.
So like, I'm just super grateful to be able to put a body of work that people respect, wanna, you know, kind of just respect already or whatever, and like, they're not kind of just whatever, dash it to the corner. Yeah, heard it already, you heard it all. What else she got to offer? It's like, nah, you know, it's kind of rediscovering me again, which is what I wanted. And like, just know that, you know, there's just more than one side to me, which is the main thing I really wanted to showcase. Because I've been trying to say that for like 2015, you know. Since they put me in the box since 2015, I've been dying to like show everybody else that, bro, I can do other things. It's just...
Do you think
Sorry, I'm gone.
I was going to say, do you think people have got that message now?
I don't know. We'll see. Because the album just came out. So let me give it a few, you know, give it a few moments or whatever. But just so far, so good. Is, you know, I appreciate the love that's been coming off it. But I can't wait to go back in the studio and just try different things. But I'll just let this do his own thing, whatever. I probably wouldn't even check up on it until like
No, I hear it.
someone puts it in my face again. Like, you remember when you made this? I was like, bruh.
You'll be so far in the future, I won't even remember.
You know, I find it hard to go back and like check up on my stuff or whatever. People got to tell me I don't move on.
Yeah.
But I think because this one is my album, I'll try to take it in a little
a little
longer.
bit
And
longer.
like, I've been listening to the songs in my car. I hardly do that shit. Like, it's just like, wow. Or when it comes on shuffle, I'm like, bruh.
I did that
Say,
shit.
yo.
I did that shit.
I said,
That's
bruh,
me.
it's like, yeah, you know, and it's just nice. It's refreshing to my ears also, because I get tired sometimes of like listening to certain things that are out there, and I'm like, bro, like, I can't wait to drop because something's missing. Something's missing. It's all the same. It's all the same. And just one of the other reasons I couldn't wait to drop, because I just knew there was something different, at least for different palette.
Yeah.
Different
We've
palette.
spoken to a couple of artists and they say that once they've released like music and that, they struggle to listen to it back because when they hear it, they're like, oh shit, I could have changed something. Do you ever get that?
Yeah, no.
Really?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's either little things though, the smallest things. They are. Like, damn, I could have made that landed right there on that. But we'll do it again at the next project.
That's just gonna follow you your whole career, though. I think that's normal for a rapper.
It's normal,
I think
like,
so, it's normal. Just oh, shit, I
yeah.
should've-
Oh, we should have.
Yeah, as long as you're not too critical of yourself.
Even your mixing engineer. Oh, damn, I should have turned that down a bit. Oh, shit. They wouldn't want to hear it
It's
back
just when
too
you know your
tough.
talent. When you know
It's
your
like-
talent.
Yeah, 100%. So when you look back on like your previous projects, as far as like what they mean to you and you know where they stand up and if they still stand up to you,
Yes.
like what do they mean to you right now in this present moment?
And how do you think you've grown from like, you know, No Panic, No Pain to
Good question.
the current project as well?
Panic No Pain was my in and out as well. I wanted to have fun. All those songs on there, my stage songs. We go on stage with No Panic No Pain. Everyone's having a good time. It was just what I was. Apart from Round Time, I think that one was like 2 years old on there. That was the oldest track on that one, that joint. Which was like, we'll make this stuff, we'll put them to the side because there's no point in dropping this. And they'll cast us to the side, sort of thing. But how the time frames, you know, my songs are time frames in my life. So at that point, I'm just, I'm supposed to happy. But of course, it was through. I made it in lockdown. I have a studio in my bedroom. I made it during lockdown, but I'm not making a lockdown album mixtape. So once again, it's just how truthful do I want to be? Like I'm always. It's like I'm flipping through, a photo album, picking a picture, and you know, going back to that memory. And yes, let's talk about what happened there, sort of thing. How did I feel in that moment? You know what happened? Is she still here or she's not still here? It's my friend that I've lost in it, that passed away, and like when you know, happy moments when we're all together, stuff. I always talk about my friend. She was my good friend, like they were my bestie, but she passed on a couple years back. So just making a relieve her in a weird way, you know, the moments in my songs, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just, my songs are just time frames, you know.
Yeah.
I'm
It's a
just
moment in
capturing
time.
those moments. So how they feel to me, I don't even know. It was just that moment in that time.
But it all kind of connects to a bigger presentation of you as a person.
Of course. Yeah, you know, without these moments, I wouldn't be who I am. And without certain things you've been through, you wouldn't make it the Peter we see today, vice versa. So it's just knowing how to encapsulate those moments and, you know, I guess, either an EP or album or...
And that's
me,
is that
No
how you
Panic,
feel
No
like
Pain.
you've become better as an artist from that project to the current album as well?
Yeah, no, for sure. Even down to performance and things like that, for sure. Yeah.
Performance-wise, were there people that you watched to get inspiration from and be like, yo, I want to be able to perform like that?
Lil Wayne, sorry, but when I say performance, I also mean just how to, you know, performing on the track, on the mic,
like vocal
while
projection.
for
Yeah.
vocal projection and stuff, but also performance live.
Yeah.
I watched Wayne. There was a day where I had a show. I was super crap, and I felt it. Went home, put YouTube on, watch Wayne. I had a show the next day. Everybody was like, "Oh my god,
How
That
did you
was
feel it?
amazing.
How did you feel it? What do you
Well
mean?
done. What?
How did you
I
feel
said I'm
it?
watching Wayne all the damn
I
time.
didn't know Wayne was a performer like that.
Wayne.
What?
I didn't know he was a performer
I've
like
seen
that.
Wayne. I've seen Wayne do a few shows like I've
Hey,
seen him
Wayne
perform Summer
did
Jam,
crazy
I've seen him
and-
do-
I believe you.
He had a crazy show in New Orleans. It was on Tidal. I forgot what it was. But Wayne as a live performer is the best way I can explain it is Wayne. If that makes any
Mom,
sense.
me, you need to like.
Yeah, no,
I
it's Wayne.
Okay,
No, Wayne's my guy. Wayne's my guy. I
Wayne's
appreciate
his
Wayne. I appreciate Wayne for what he is.
Nah, for
I
real.
want to see Wayne live in UK one day. It's just obviously these racist motherfuckers ain't gonna let him in.
Wow, okay.
But how did you know you were bad? Like, what was it about that performance that you went home and was like,
Oh, I was just standing in one corner, head down. This was an early open mic, super early, you know. You know, they just know I enjoy music. They always see me in the studio, say, "Hey, yo, Flo, come perform." All right, cool. I was it was just dead, dead.
And then what was it?
And I was
Wayne-
like, I can't do this again. And I went home that night and I watched Wayne and I said, yeah. And the next show, I know I smacked everyone. The reaction wasn't the same.
yeah.
So I was just like, yep. And from then on, just carried on. I was probably like 12. Remember, I only started this at like 11, 10, 11. The next, in the youth club times when they put these shows on, hey, you lot come do your little things, innit? So, of course, from then on, I was just like, I need to perfect my...
Yeah.
So by the time I reached like 16 and that, doing maybe like my 70th open mic, shit was calm.
Wow, 70.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Bruh.
That's a lot.
Loads.
Like before, right, that's a lot.
But great practice.
Yeah.
Great
No,
practice.
every time we'd be out, me and my friends. That was all we ever did. Go out to open mics.
Did you
we
see?
jump barriers. However we get there, we get there. But we're gonna go to that open mic, bro.
Did you see anyone else that you done open mics with that ended up? later
Miss
on?
Banks was at the open mic.
wow.
Because she's local as well. Yeah, that
Shay
makes sense.
Lingo was at the open mic as well.
Who?
Shay Lingo.
Ooh.
That's how I
Dope.
met Shay Lingo through
Yeah,
open
shout out
mics.
Shay Lingo.
Met Banks at the youth club, the studio one. Yeah,
Miss
on ends and
Banks.
stuff like that. I'm trying to remember loads of us, you know.
Yeah.
That
Smart,
we,
smart.
loads of us.
Nice salute.
Still. But,
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
How you feel about the scene generally, like, and how it's doing? Like, obviously we've come a long way from back in the day when you were doing youth clubs and open mics and stuff. How you feel about the scene? How do you see it?
In what sense? Like?
In the sense of, do you think it's doing well? Like, do you respect what's going on and the variety on show? Like,
Yeah, there's a variety. UK has a good variety of music. And just not everybody gets the right shine. I like it. I think it's a healthy community, but it could be healthier in terms of our communications amongst each other. I guess it feels a bit too only one man can have this power, only one woman can have this power sort of thing. I feel like the dynamics could be a lot fairer. In America, I feel like there's an open ground, but they're much more larger. There's they're just bigger, so I guess there's more space. We don't think that should play any role. I understand, we're much more smaller, so it feels like, no,
yeah,
only one person.
yeah, no, I hear it. Yeah.
But there's so many talented
the
artists
UK,
in the UK. Yeah, R&B, hip hop, whatever it is. And it's okay for everybody to be able to, shine their light amongst other lights.
Everybody should be able
So,
to eat.
Yeah, but it's a nice scene. I love the UK scene still. People want to come, work with certain artists over here, and we want to do like their shows here or whatever, and like, cause it's just a nice hub. It's a nice creative hub we have here. We just need to be a bit more open.
Yeah,
to
the
one
mechanics
another.
need to be a little bit more. Yeah, I hear you.
do
But
you
I
have
think
any desires to break America at all?
America is not at the forefront of my mind, simply because like Europeans mess with me, like Asians mess with me, South Korea, like Australia and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to our side of things, I guess,
you worldwide.
before I even go
Before
over.
respect that.
So like I'm enjoying, my Berlin lot, my Paris lot, my Amsterdam, my Netherlands. I'm loving all of those. I don't want to move anytime soon from those sides, where am I? Istanbul, all these places. I love it there still, Poland, it's calm. So
I like that, man. I like that our scene is getting to the point where a lot of the stronger artists from our scene aren't having strong desires to go to America. Because I feel like earlier on in like the scene, a lot of that was the dream for a lot of artists. But it seems like nah.
I think that's because there wasn't. I don't mean to cut you off, by the way.
Go on, bro.
But I think that's because we didn't have a scene. I think the reason why artists are content with staying in the UK is because we've got a UK scene now. Whereas before it was, I need to go to America because there's nothing in the UK. Whereas now, we're doing shows, we're going abroad, we're charting regularly.
Yeah, the infrastructure's stronger.
Yeah, now it's I
we've
can
got a
stay
stronger
here.
infrastructure.
We didn't have an infrastructure before. That was the problem. So the end goal was the start goal and the end goal was America. There wasn't even a start goal in the UK. Do you get what I mean? So it's more of a case where I think now in the UK, because of our scene, because of the way we're flourishing, because people are saying we got Retros ahead of Def Jam to a certain. I don't know what he does exactly, but like we're now starting to get there. So that's one reason why I can think of. Right, a lot of artists, UK.
You're spot on.
Even down to the festivals, I don't think we even
like,
had.
bruv, what? When we was
People
growing
want
up,
to do the most to be on like wireless and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
When we was
stuff
growing
like
up,
this. So
wireless was just Americans.
Yeah,
Wireless
yeah.
when we was growing up, wireless was just American. What was it? The Channel 4. I remember E4 used to have a festival.
T4 in the park.
T4 in the park. What? Think that man ever had So Solid Crew headline? You crazy? True.
Yeah, that was like Jamie T.
Yeah, like you think they've
That was
had
like Jamie T and Arctic Monkeys, bro.
Heartless.
Kate Nash and them, man.
Gonna do it right. You think
Don't
what?
look at me.
You
and
did this
say
last-
Original side. We got. There's no chance Heartless man.
yeah, no, it's
Respect
true.
Heartless Crew. What are you doing,
I
man?
don't know why I've done that. Salute to you, man. But what I'm saying is, yeah, you hit it. That's what it is.
yeah.
Like we weren't headlining shit.
Yeah.
And Europe has always been a great market for any kind of artist.
Festivals, isn't it?
Yeah,
Any
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
artist.
And they fuck with our rappers, man.
Big
They
time.
really do, man.
Big time.
Yeah, they do.
Big
They
time.
go. They listen.
I feel like they even know more.
I was just about to say that. man.
100%
They
they
know
do.
more.
just
They
can't-
be
I
caught
100%
asking you.
They
Hey,
are.
you
Just
know,
about- bro,
you be saying
Europeans
wait,
are
yo.
heads.
I was just
They
about
are
to.
heads.
I was just about to say. It seems like they dive into it more than we.
Yo,
Bro, Europeans will know the B-side that
Listen.
Premiere dropped in like December
No,
8th, 1994.
No.
They will know that stuff,
They-
bro.
Yeah, you're rocking. I
They
believe
know.
that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Man,
facts.
them man are
Different, innit?
They're
they're
different.
that's one thing about
They're
music, man.
different.
It
Yeah,
travels,
no,
and when
they-
it travels, bro, it really
yeah.
travels.
Honestly.
Yeah, they really love their hip
No,
hop.
they're
as well.
different. They're different. Salute to them.
Yeah, for real.
Big facts, big facts.
Can't lie.
What is your favorite song on Out of Heart?
Yeah, Grace.
That's in my top 3 as well.
It's always switching, but I would say Grace.
What does that mean to you?
It's uplifting. Uplifts me when I listen to it. In a different way, because almost all the songs are quite uplifting, you know. Big Simpson and like just. But something about Grace, I guess, is that my delivery as well, and I just took my time more on Grace. I took my time on all of them, but having to come back to Grace, what made me come back to Grace, this is my writing process on Grace, because I wrote to it, scrapped it, came back. So like the journey that it took me to get to Grace makes... Now, I sit back, I take it all in, like, yeah.
I hear that.
Fair enough.
I hear that. How were you received in Nigeria?
No, I don't think I am. Receive me in Nigeria. How? I've not given them the time to, you know. I came up on electro beats, bro.
Yeah.
They're not gonna listen to me anytime soon.
I hear it. I kind of thought that because Nigeria's kind of going through like a phase now where musically, culturally, it's like very much at an apex and everybody wants to be a part of it. So I thought maybe there might be a bit more openness from that side.
It's even, or they don't know I'm Nigerian. The moment the Nigerian knows you're Nigerian,
Yeah.
If a Nigerian looks at you and doesn't think you're Nigerian, then
Yes.
I'd have to question their Nigerian. If I'm being very honest with you.
yo,
what I mean?
because I don't see until like you proper, you know. I don't think I'll give it away just like that or whatever. Well, if you're Nigerian anyway,
Yeah.
you know. So that's just all it is. I just have to cater to my Nigerian people. I feel I haven't given them a chance. It's unfair to, you know.
Is that a plan of yours?
I mean, it has to be an organic plan.
Yeah, of
Unless
course.
it goes that way organically, I'm not forcing anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pause 2 minutes, bro. I can't lie. I've been holding this in for time. I need to go
toilet.
toilet, bro. Yeah.
Go toilet, man.
We got 5 minutes.
We got 5 minutes,
3
bro.
minutes.
Can you hold it? Yeah,
You
we
got 3 minutes.
Yeah. We're wrapping up soon.
Listen, I've been holding it too.
I'm holding it in, bro.
I mean, you're
Can't lie
tough.
to you. You should see me.
You're using this time now.
You tough.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
tough.
Just put the thing on, man.
You
Hold-
tough.
I mean, you're wasting time,
You
man.
tough.
What?
You
Is
tough.
this what you're gonna say to me,
You
though?
tough. Yes.
You'll be alright.
I'm being all right.
This is a super fun podcast. I won't even lie.
Nah,
There's
yo,
no
if you know the way my
jokes.
bladder is
Hey, listen,
moving
man.
right now, fam.
Okay.
Cars.
Well, bro, you're 7 foot tall. I'm not doing this
What does that
woe is
mean?
me thing.
What does that mean?
All this woe is me is
Fam,
not
please, I
cutting.
beg, don't entertain
All
this
this woe is
brother,
me is
man.
not doing
Thank
the
you for
thing.
saying I'm 7 foot, by the way.
Yeah, it's cool.
appreciate
Really. So I guess like moving forward, whatever you do, whatever music you make, whatever step you take, it's all gonna be very organic. It's not gonna be too calculated. It's gonna be like kind of where it takes you.
Nah, a lot. It's just like my journey up until here is
Yeah.
organically moving with it.
Okay, fair enough. And for people who haven't listened to Out of Heart, is there anything in particular you want them to take from the album as far as like how you are and who you are?
No, I think my job is done. You know, now that I've presented it out there, there's not much I can do. There's not much control I have over it. So, I would like for the people to, you know, come to their own conclusion on that one. Because I'm super interested in knowing what. Of course, this is 2 years with me. Now I just want to know what.
How you feel?
Yeah, how you feel.
I hear that. And obviously you've got your is it a headline show at
On the
Peckham Audio
19th,
on the
Peckham
19th.
Audio. Hey, bros,
Okay,
come
come.
through.
So by the
Yeah,
time
yeah,
this comes out the day after. So it would have happened already.
Hope everyone had a good time at the show. It was, man, did you see that?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, that would be
Yo,
dope. Yeah, Peckham Audio is a good
yeah,
good
Peckham
venue.
Audio.
Yeah, that'd be dope. It's local things as well.
Local things. And what I love my shows and I always want to upgrade my show and make my show just the best, better than it was last time. That wasn't the show that he came to, bro. That was just me.
Yeah.
You know. Hey guys, thank you for coming. It's my first album.
Yeah,
sort
listen,
of
man.
thing.
Hey, listen, you were doing bits though.
So, thank you.
The performance was
You
good.
know, I can't wait to bring more live elements into my live shows. You know, later down the line, just building and working on live elements. I love music, bro. Musicals, so you know, it can't just be PA me.
No, I hear it.
No,
I hear
makes
it.
sense.
100%.
You know, until I get my band together, though. That's you know.
Our band, yeah.
Yeah, no, I want to eventually like have
That'd be dope.
like.
You could tell though, because of the way you take it seriously.
It might not even be a full band, but just have elements of live instruments on my show. I can't wait to, you know, inject those into that.
The
So.
band performing bands.
Oh, I like
hear
what
it.
you done there.
Hey,
Ain't it evil to live
let's
backwards?
say band performing band.
Yeah, come on.
I need to see that before I die. I need to see that one through before I die.
The band performing bands.
Yeah.
I hear it. I hear it.
Performing bands.
Well, boys, you got any
Hold
other
on,
questions?
before last question. What area in London you think has the best MCs?
Oh God. All right, before you
That's
answer
it.
that,
No.
before you
No,
answer,
no,
shush,
no,
shush,
be great.
please,
Just let her
please,
rock,
please.
let her rock.
I'm gonna give her the context.
It's hot.
please.
Okay,
No context.
That's what I'm saying. Don't context.
I just want to hear the. I
Don't
just want to
context
hear
it.
what.
Don't
Yeah,
context
no
it.
context.
What area has the best rappers?
What part of London? So
North
east,
London.
north.
They-
What?
They're gonna hate me, no. They're gonna hate me south.
Fam.
She walked out of the studio, guys.
No, I wasn't expecting that.
Nah.
Come on now, let's keep it a buck.
That is,
Well, because I
that
said
is the audio
you know what?
equivalent
Because my
of a dine and dash.
Let's keep it a
She
buck.
literally dined and dashed.
Let's just keep it a buck.
my
You're not
favorite,
wrong.
my favorite MCs in North. It was so hard. I was thinking about it for a lot. I was biting.
It's
I was
alright.
like,
It's
I was
alright.
biting my tongue. I'm from the South, but the guy that I would die for, I love him so much. It's from North London.
Who's it?
It's just, I love Chip, man.
Shit, okay,
is
cool.
what
I
it
thought you were gonna say Wretch.
I thought you were gonna say Skip.
What?
See what I'm saying?
I thought you were
See,
gonna say Wretch.
I love Chipmunk so much, bro. I'm so sorry, and he's just from North.
He's a
like-
warlord. And you man named 3 man from Tottenham when we're talking North. Thank you very much for proving my point.
He's from Tottenham.
Tottenham,
didn't
to
know
me,
already.
Tottenham have the best rappers.
I just like Chip, bro.
I can't lie to you.
I mean, I love Chip. Even Crepton Cone's from South, but you know, I
Chip's got a different pen, man.
love Chip more than I love Crepton Cones, but I love Crepton Cone. And
Well, you know what it is? I've already established that, cool, North can have the crown now. But in South London, we've got the promising talent, FLOHIO included. And sooner or later, they were eclipsed.
I'm not talking about South though. My argument isn't South,
South
Tottenham,
for you.
North.
No, it's North.
My argument.
It's
my,
East for
yo,
me, it's
my
East.
This is for you,
argument.
who's in this for you?
Got Kano, got Gets,
Right here.
Wiley, Dizzy.
Actually, no, yeah, it is East for
Rough
me, sorry.
Squad.
But my
yeah.
argument
Right here,
It's
yeah.
East London. for
My
me.
argument isn't South, East, Northwest. My argument is a specific postcode.
Why does he keep
Tottenham
doing
is
this, bro?
N17, N15. You can't give me a better area. I'm not saying a wider area. I'm saying there's not a better area than Haringey.
That's because all the
that
rappers come
produce-
from Tottenham.
What's the problem here?
I'm sure
So-
someone. I'm sure someone behind the camera will argue that.
Man.
He gives me one rapper that don't count, bruv.
Who's he give you?
About Harringay.
What?
Give me the whole of new album.
No, I didn't say Harrogate. I said Tottenham specifically.
Yeah.
I said Tottenham specifically. This guy gives me
Conversation
one
for off the
rapper.
pod.
He gives me
Alright,
Gets.
man,
I don't even know what Gets is from. Respectfully, because he's in my top 5.
I think it's from Plaster.
Yeah, that's only you said.
think he's from
And
Plaster.
then when I say give me another rapper, he can't name another one. How is he? How are they better than Tottenham? No, this
No,
really
what
even-
East?
We'll
yeah?
do this off the pod. We'll do this off
Right.
the pod.
I've got
We'll
East.
do
man.
this off the pod.
Kano's
East
the,
got heavy hitters.
Kano's
No,
the greatest
East-
for me.
No,
So
East, North. I understand the argument, but the problem with East, you're gonna name 5 men from 5 different ends. When you think North, you're thinking only Tottenham. Do you see the difference?
I mean, Sims is from Islington, but I feel
Yeah,
you.
yeah, but, I'm saying majority.
And Sims is from
I'm
North
saying,
London.
I'm saying
like
80% of who
dinosaurs.
you're thinking North. 80% of who you're thinking from North is from Tottenham. Whoever you're thinking from East is from 5 different
Bro,
ends.
we don't need the speech, fam.
please, I beg.
Sorry,
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, man.
Well, on the bombshell of a South London rapper saying that North London rappers are the best.
Hey, thank you very much, by the way.
No, I'm kidding. But listen, FLOHIO, thank you very much for joining
Thank you
us.
for having
Appreciate
me.
you.
Hey, don't cast me, South. Don't cast
Nah,
me.
it's all good. It's all good. We'll protect you. It's all good. But congratulations on the album
Thank
release.
you.
Congrats.
Thank
You know what I
you.
mean? Congratulations on the live show.
Thank you.
Congratulations on all your future success or your
Thank
past
you very
success and
much.
whatever
Thank you.
follows you next. Yeah, man. Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you,
back.
Yemi. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Mohammed.
Got you.
There you go. How can people get at you?
Instagram FLOHIO FLOHIO_. Just FLOHIO everything. You find me. And my name's always in caps. Big FLOHIO. Always in
I
caps.
realized that about you today as well.
Say that
I,
again.
I always did it in like, I always realized today that it's all caps. with your
FLOHIO
name.
is always in caps. Never lowercase, baby. Never.
I'll remember that.
Unless, you know, everything can't fit caps, then I lowercase everything. But if it could be all caps, thank you.
Feel you. Stylized.
Stylez.
Feel you. Okay. Well, that's another episode in the books for us. So thank you very much for joining us, people. Peter, Mohammed, any shout outs before we take the people out?
Cleo Soul.
Why you got to put the gun thing?
No, do it again. Who you want to
Cleo
shout?
Soul.
Oh, my
Big up
God.
Cleo Soul.
This guy
man.
shouts out Cleo Soul every episode
Big up Inflow.
without fail. Sometimes he'll shout out Inflow.
Inflow.
All right.
Sometimes he'll
They're
shout
gonna
out.
come on.
Yeah.
Hey man, inshallah.
Hey, inshallah. Mohammed, any shout outs?
Oh, shout outs. Actually, salute to Melo and Mia. They just had a baby. Real.
Big up.
So
Yeah,
congrats
big up,
all the
man.
time.
Big up to Mello, who was a previous guest on the show.
Family.
Shout out to me as well.
Congrats.
They had a baby, so salute to them.
Yeah, man.
Salute to them. I don't have any shout outs, I don't think.
Salute Jurgen Klopp.
Nah.
Okay.
I'm gonna salute.
Jordan Henderson.
I actually don't have any salutes. Usually I try to be jokey with these salutes, but I actually can't think of any.
Simicast.
Nah, nothing football related.
Okay.
Because, you know, I see the draw out, but it's all good. Any shout outs you want to make, FLOHIO?
Nah, man. Shout out to, you know, Rhymes and Dimes podcast.
Appreciate
And,
you.
Like dimes.
So Rhymes Like Dimes. Shout out Rhymes Like Dimes podcast.
Thank
and
you.
just shout out everybody. Big up you watching this and listening right now.
Thank you very much. Big up Drakes as always. Thank you, bro. Making us
Big
look
up
good.
Drakes.
But yeah, we'll be back very, very soon. Get at us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We are at Rhymes Dimes Pod. Follow us on YouTube and hit that bell so you're notified whenever we drop new content.
Yeah.
And yeah, you'll hear from us soon. So until next time, stay blessed, stay safe, and peace. Peace.